tell you how it is. No, just in the 40s.
All right. What up, and welcome back to another episode here of the We Don't Smoke the Same podcast. Thank you so much, everybody, for patiently waiting. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Sorry we're a little fashionably late. However, though, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up off the bat. And I want to tell you guys that this show is brought to you and sponsored by Slick Shots. If you guys want to drink whatever you want, whenever you want, at the price that you want, make sure you go to slickshots.com, Bevmo, Total Wine, Amazon, and get the kit that allows you to drink what you want. This I have to vend this Saturday at Rhymefest. I'm not going to be racking up a $500 bill at the bar. I'm going to fill up a whole bunch of Slick Shots, put them in a cooler of all this different high-end whiskey that I want, and I'm going to just be drinking there, getting my homies drunk, kicking it, giving people shots if I need to or if we have to, and all for the price that everybody likes, for free, dog. You know what I mean? Fuck spending all that money at that bar. And thank you, Slick Shots, for sponsoring the bar. I mean, sponsoring the show. It's pretty much our sponsoring the bar.
Thank you for sponsoring my bar.
Personal bar.
Straight up. Also, make sure you guys check out our second sponsor, the one and only Mission Smog in the city of Riverside. If you guys are having smog check problems and you really need to pass that smog check, I'm talking about like how Xavier needs to pass that citizenship test. They can make it happen.
They'll make it happen.
They can make it happen because they made it happen on your truck.
You don't even have to show up.
Yeah, you could just call in, but let them know that you saw us on the show, and they will pass that smog check guaranteed. Also, sitting across from me is my toxic ass co-host. What's going on, XG?
What's up, dog? I'm excited. We gotta have a chirpy episode today.
Well, you know, we got the guest freaking out a little bit because she's like, "Oh shit, this is a lot smaller than the podcast down there." So she's like, "I don't know how the smoke." You know, like will affect her this time, but we'll get to that right now after the intros. Also, give it up for the man with the fingers with the beats, the one and only Rock Samson.
The guy who has fingers, good for him. He has all 10 of them. Let me see that box real fast.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, for real, big shout out to Humboldt Terp Council. I really appreciate you hooking us up today, and then also Ty and Derek at Atrium. Thank you for facilitating this.
Yes, a big thank you to Humboldt Terp Console for making sure that we don't accidentally kill our guests.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And keep it like on the small smoke. This is the first time we've done it. Like the Green Thumb Show did that only one time for Steve-O. Yeah.
What up?
I think for like Steve-O, yeah.
You guys didn't do it for Tony Hawk.
No, hell no.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk wasn't addicted to drugs. You know, so
but he's one of those people that you kind of like. All right, we'll.
He needed to fly with the Hawks, bro. Also, thank you, Ray, for running the boards as usual. I appreciate you, Morning Shot Films. And now, let's give it up and welcome to the show, the one and only Rachel Sterling.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for not having the billowing smoke. We'll see if I live. I think I'll be all right.
Okay, like right off the bat, B told we had a live show, live podcast last Friday at the Green Room, and B's like, "Oh, hey, what are you guys up to?" And we're like, "Oh, we're gonna have your friend Rachel on the show," and she's like, "Really?" Because she knows our space. She's like, "You guys know she's allergic to weed, right?" And I was like, "Well, she did the Green Thumb show. It was fine, like, and everybody smokes there." But then I'm like, "It's kind of bigger." When did you find out you're allergic to weed? Like that is, I've never heard of this. Like I've never heard of anybody being allergic to actual like weed, like marijuana.
Yeah, it's one of those, they say that your allergies change if you have any every 7 years. So when I was younger, I wasn't allergic to it. I know I wasn't allergic to it in college. I just didn't like it. And then out of just nowhere, my face just started like, I always say, have you ever seen Hitch? Like, if you haven't seen it, Google it. Will Smith, Hitch, his face blown up. Like basically, mostly the eyes.
It's off of weed on the
but
you were like a pot, like you smoked a lot. Like are you a pothead already?
I don't smoke pot, but I've only smoked pot with two people, and it's like you can't say no. It was Hugh Hefner and Willie Nelson. So when those people say pass it to you,
have to.
you kind of have.
It's worth dying.
You're like, yeah, you know what I mean.
It's like I've told them, I'm like, we don't do blow no more. But I'm like, yo, if like Scarface or like Pablo Escobar comes back from the
winning
dead,
Colombia.
Yeah, you kind of look at you, I'm like, yo, he's on that disrespectful.
Like right off the brick, yeah.
I don't have a choice, officer.
So is that during those two experiences? I mean, those are legendary sessions, but did you find out during those sessions or like how?
No, I was fine. It was more. I always joke that it's poor people pot.
Hey, she didn't break out at Be Real show. She was like, no, Be Real's got that.
I was like, no,
that brown
I'm
brick weed.
It just when I always joke when it smells like poverty and sadness.
You get like that or anywhere near that?
Yes,
close?
yes. The eyes, my eyelids, 100%. I've gone to the hospital for it, and my lips and my throat closes, my tongue.
Oh, that's a real allergy. It's a real like
Yeah, she needs like beyond an EpiPen. Do you carry that?
No.
Oh, okay. So,
Get an EpiPen.
I know everyone says that, but
especially in LA.
yeah, that's like having a helmet and being like bad at bikes, you know? Like, yeah, like.
So I mean, obviously you're allergic to the smoke.
No.
Does eating it? Can you eat THC?
Yes.
That doesn't
bother
affect
me
you?
at all.
Okay, so it's the plant matter that fucks with you.
Plant. So it's the same thing if I go hiking in the wilderness, I have to take allergy pills. If I go to a concert or any type of festival, liver be damned, I take like 3 Allegra. So
Damn, so you like break out in hives and stuff?
I take no chances. You know what I mean? Like it's mainly the face because sometimes it doesn't go back for a while, and unfortunately I need my face every day. So
when was the time you found out? Like, I mean,
How long
was it
ago?
like on a date like Hitch? Because that would be the most embarrassing, worst time. You're like on this date with some guy, and you're like, start breaking out, trying to act cool.
There was this guy.
I'm fine.
There's this really cute guy, and he was one of those Malibu, like dress.
Malibu's most wanted.
Those kids that dress poor but they're not. You know what I mean? He was super cute, and I was like literally allergic to him. Every time I was like itching, and my throat would swell up, and I was like, I'm like allergic to you. And then I realized it has to be the weed he's smoking, and because it's all over them, even if they take a shower, it's all over. It's just around you because I can feel it before I smell it. So it's basically my ears start hurting, my jaw starts hurting a little bit, and then it's just a matter of time after that. So, and then it kept happening with different people, but not all people. So I just it has to be the type of weed.
Like you didn't feel like that when you hugged Be Real, or when I gave you a hug down there, because like we've been around like smoke like the whole day. Like I can't even
No,
go
you're
to.
fine. I'm fine. Like because I always feel like I can always feel it in my ears first, and it starts hurting. So I'm fine right now. I can feel a little bit on my tongue, but it's not that bad.
Well, we're not smoking poor people weed.
No poor people weed. Exactly.
So like you say you went to the hospital that day. Like when you broke out from that dude, like like him smoking his weed.
No, I just like accepted that that's how it was going to be. I didn't know what was wrong with me, and then it just kept happening. And
different experience every time.
Yeah, it's sometimes more severe. I ran a business for a while, and I used to tell the girls, "Hey, I know you wouldn't bring your weed to work because that would be crazy, but at your favorite bag or your weed smoking jacket, please leave it at home because I can literally feel it when I walk in the room." And of course, they don't believe me. And just
I wouldn't have believed. I was like, yeah, sure.
And we didn't pay them. We didn't pay them enough to smoke not poor people weed. So I literally, that wasn't in our business model. So I was like couldn't breathe. So I literally had to go to the, not the emergent, like the
urgent care
thing. And they didn't believe me either. Like what? And all they can do. They give you it's a form of like it's just a shot, but but there's not really much they can do except for keep me there to regulate if I'm breathing.
There's this. I was gonna say there's this other allergy that I've heard about recently. It's like a cannabinoid allergy, and it's like one girl that I work with at a shop. She found out she had that. She was like in the hospital for a couple of days. Cannot smoke weed ever again.
Say it again. Cannabinoid.
Cannabinoid. It's
I
like
just love that word.
It's like a cannabinoid fever.
Great word.
I know what it is. They can relieve their pain with hot water and showers. I've looked into it. No, it's a new thing that's happening because everyone's smoking so much weed and it's so much concentrated.
Mutating.
Yeah, that there's these things that are. If you smoke a lot of weed, you can probably get allergic to. I'm sure she was smoking a lot.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, but
you can do it with sugar, like sativa and stuff like that. Remember when that stuff came out? Everyone was like, "This is great," and then people started getting like severe allergies to sativa.
It was funny because I was hospitalized.
Rock's like, I have weak genetics too.
I have 4. So I can't have kids, man. They're gonna come out shaking and just allergic to everything. But no, yeah, I went to the hospital, the emergency room for something else, and like a little hiatal hernia, I think it is. But anyways, they were like trying to figure out what triggered that, and they're like, so we see in your blood work that high levels of THC, so we're gonna see if you're allergic to weed. And they like hit me with this shot, and luckily they came back like 30 minutes later. They're like, how are your symptoms? How are you feeling? And I was like, thankfully not good.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. If I went and they hit me with that shot and they told me you're allergic to weed, I'd be like, yeah, it don't really matter. I'll keep smoking this shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that, man. That's why I don't drink beer. I'm definitely allergic to beer.
So you don't
get hitched.
Oh.
Like you don't get hitched.
I don't get hitched, but no, I like.
That's not an allergy, fool. Like she can die.
Puto, I am not done talking.
You have to die, bro. No.
You have to die.
But did you die?
Did you almost die? No, but yeah, hops. I think hops and alcohol fucks me up. Yeah, hops.
I was about to say, it has to be the hops or gluten.
Nah, it's not gluten because I can eat pizza. I mean, I get a little like inflamed from gluten, so I try to do gluten free. But yeah, I told you, bad genetics, man. Not having kids. I will adopt, but there's no need to pass this down.
Bring you in to suffer now.
So your kids will not be cool.
Not at all.
Yeah, as I always say, my God looked at me like, you will not be cool. And then I had 6 years of doing cocaine, like, but you will be efficient.
So back to, you said you just like name dropped, right? Like this is way better than your name drops, Rock. Like Willie Nelson and
Yeah.
Fuck off. His daughter gave me weed.
Okay, but
don't test him. He'll fucking
he'll make some shit up.
He'll make some shit
He's like, let me tell you about the time I met Elon Musk.
He's the name dropper on the show.
But
Not a name
Yeah, but
dropper,
she-
just stories. I'm sorry you don't have cool stories.
hey, bro, but she's all right. So how did those sessions come about? Like, what was the smoking like with Willie Nelson? Were you just like,
That's the one I'm jealous of.
I was very like overwhelmed by the whole situation. So this is gonna sound like more name dropping. So
Do it.
I'm gonna do it. So my friend Kid Rock was in town. I know, it just sounds so weird.
My high school friend.
So this is normal to me until I say it to other people, and then I realize it's not normal. Was in town. Willie Nelson was at the Wilton, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Literally nothing." And he goes, "Can you be ready in 15 minutes?" I'm like, "Sure." Didn't even know where we were going. And he's like, get in the car. I was like, "We're gonna go see Willie Nelson." I didn't know. I'm like, at his house. Like, where are we going? It's like, it's a concert. So we go in, the green room area. And he did look at me like, "Don't start your shit." Because there's like weed everywhere. He's like, "Don't do it." Like,
Die in silence. He's like, die in silence.
For real though, he was like, "Be cool." I'm like, I'm so cool. What are you talking about? I'm
Get you a hazmat
coolest.
suit.
I am super cool. So yeah, I walked in again. Nothing really bad. I mean, you couldn't even see. Like you could cut the smoke with a knife. It was that
Tight.
But yeah, nothing happened, and introduce. Hi. I'm sitting here like overwhelmed because it's Willie Nelson, and I wasn't ready, and yeah, and then it's just here, and I didn't know what to do, and I'm like, guess we're gonna die.
Guess I'll die.
I guess I'll die. I'll be the coolest kid in the
You gotta think
cemetery.
about allergies aren't a joke. There's a reason they don't give peanuts on a plane.
Fool, I would have done drugs with Elvis.
What kind of drugs?
Yeah,
Whatever he would, like if he would have been like, "Go, man, we're off to take these pills." Like,
do these poppers.
yeah,
with me.
like I don't know about it.
Yeah, he loved barbiturates. He loved barbiturates.
You'll get puffy.
Yeah, like downers. He loved downers.
I mean, hey, just to party once though, he must have been. I mean, bro, that's Elvis, bro. I would
Love
have.
Elvis. Huh?
Died taking a
He's
shit
a
like
fucking
boss.
icon, bro.
He's low key dated a 17-year-old or 16-year-old or under than that. So if you want to love that guy and play his music all the time, by all means. But we can't forget that.
Bro, fools are still bumping R. Kelly, bro. They're just not like, oh shit.
Yeah, but we roll the window up.
Yeah, you're over here like.
Sorry, ignition's a jam.
It's like
I'm
fucking
sorry.
Office Space where he's bumping
Yeah, see,
and,
like
and
you
he's in
said-
traffic and he like turns it down when like the dude walks by.
Fool, like, yeah, you act like, come on, dog. People turn the other way when look at all Michael Jackson shit, bro. I am not about to stop listening to Michael Jackson, bro. Like,
But look what she said. She said the right thing. You roll the window
you,
down. You're over here saying I'm the
you give
biggest
Michael
Elvis
his respect
fan.
and pull the window down, bro. I hope other black people
Well,
like,
let's put it this way: if Sean Combs invites you to something, don't go.
Oh, you're sick that
Don't
day.
go
You
to
got
that party.
COVID.
Don't go to that party.
Yeah, even if he tells you he's like, it's an all-white party, X, I got the finest white you want. He would have get you, bro.
You got a lot of people.
He did that whole. He's accused of doing the whole. What's that? That show.
Blackmail. Oh, what?
Where remember where the guy fucks the pig and then they blackmail?
No.
Oh, Black Mirror?
Yeah,
Mirror.
he's accused of doing that Black Mirror thing where he had all these high profile people and then like he'll be like, oh, I'm gonna just have this guy fuck this hooker and I'm gonna record it and have dirt on him. Like this guy has. I'm pretty sure he
Oh,
has
just blackmail.
everybody by the balls.
He's got gangster rappers (parentheses gangster rappers) doing some gay shit, and that's why.
Who you think?
You can't say gangster without saying gay.
Meek Mill.
Oh.
Zesty.
Meek Mill's one of the ones that's been thrown on there. Fucking Usher. Well, Usher's not gangster, but Usher was in that mix too.
Yeah.
Usher? Confessions? Confessions is pretty gangster, dog. Telling your girl I got another girl pregnant and I'm here to confess.
And then they're making it sound good too.
And-
Yeah, dog. Like that's like
other
something.
than, bro, I remember I was like, yeah, confess. I can't wait to confess one day.
Fool, like there was no reason why you needed to be like singing that shit at 15 years old. Like, bro, what the fuck is you confessing to,
No, he was
bro?
like 18. He was like 18 at the time.
We were 15 when that shit came out, bro.
Yeah, we were,
like
yeah.
you're listening to fucking girls of your age. You're just like, what? Why are you singing this, bitch? Like you've never been pregnant.
Yeah, but they're also singing from the window to the wall. I'm pretty sure the sweat is not dripping down their balls. So
Were you there?
I'm not. I don't know. Maybe they had balls. I don't know. I hope not. It's sick. It's weird that things we'll dance to and we'll sing and we don't.
Oh, to this day.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
know what's
like-
crazy is like I don't think too much time has passed since that song was out. I'm a lot older than like 10 years older than you guys. But so for me, it's like if I had kids, I would be dropping them off to like some weird ass music. You know what I mean? Like
We
I
are
would be
now,
picking
too.
them up to like that shit.
Well, Cardi B, that's
I was about to say, get ready for it, man. Like in 5 years, somebody's gonna be dropping their kids off to WAP.
Everyone's grandma from now and probably till the end of time will have big fake titties or a fake ass or like, you know what I
Tattoos.
mean? Like tattoos, like
Face tatted grandma.
Honestly,
Oh, there's a
kind of wish my grandma had face tats.
Some old wrinkled like Latina chick with the leopard print on her shoulder. You know.
It's just an ink blot now.
you gotta like spread it out and like, okay, it was a leopard,
Okay, go back.
like a map.
It's just
Yeah, dude, you get like all those fools are gonna be looking like Chipotle bags. You know, all wrinkled. Yeah,
Oh
like
my
all,
god, with all the writing and
yeah,
shit
all
on it.
wrinkled up. But like when you're done eating, you know, when it's all crumpled up, that's when you're gonna look all old. Old and tatted is kind of cool though, man. Kind of, you're just like, man, you must have lived a life. Or you're just like, nah, bro, I just had money. I went into the fucking tattoo shop too many times, and I should have invested my money somewhere else. Now I'm stuck.
But now you get to be fucking dope as shit when you're 80 if you make it that far.
Yeah, and then some young motherfuckers is like, yo, you want to be in my vlog? Like,
Sure, young man.
they would exploit. Would you let yourself be exploited when you get like, if you get to be that old rock?
Why not? What the hell else do I got going on? Feeding ducks and shit?
That's what you picture doing when you're old?
I mean, that's just like part
Define
of it.
old.
Like
Like
fucking,
I'm thinking like
you got to be in a
70s,
retirement
80s.
home.
Like
Like, that's
70s.
Yeah, 70s.
Like, what's the
like my
appropriate-
dad died at 69, so I kind of like that's
down
my
ass
cap.
fool.
I said that to my sister the other day. I said, I have like 25 years left on this life. I don't want to fucking argue with anybody. And they were my brother-in-law, my sister were like, that's really morbid. Why would you say that? I'm like, how old do you want me to live? Like,
Yeah, he says
when the
that.
Botox doesn't work, just harpoon me. I don't want, it's like quality of life. You know what I mean? If I'm running around, maybe, but if I'm just struggling, why? Just take me out. I don't want it.
He thinks I'm crazy for this thought. Like when I'm 70, like
Oh, you're gonna tell her about the heroin talk?
yeah.
All right.
When I'm 70, I want to try heroin. Like
I
when
mean,
I'm
why
70
not?
years old, I want like my caretaker to be like, "Hey, I want to try heroin. Can you make sure I don't die? Here's the money.
Trying to get high, fool?
I have my credit card. I'm not gonna go sucking dick for fucking heroin because I'm gonna be old. I just want to try it because someone gives up their life for this drug. I want to feel how good it feels one time in my life. Dude, they say it's like an angel hugging you. You know how great that feels?
Can you
Sounds?
imagine
How
being
great that sounds. Dude.
Yeah.
80 and addicted to hard drugs? That's hilarious.
You won't because my kids will be able to like give them to me or not. Be like, okay, Dad, it's Friday. You can get.
I
some
don't-
That's
heroin."
not how it works.
Yeah,
You're gonna fiend. You're gonna be chasing that high. You're not gonna just be like, well,
Dog, you're gonna-
goddamn grandkid said
No,
I
there's-
can't have heroin
There's
today.
There's functioning heroin addicts.
Son of a bitch.
He's like, that's what you're striving to be at, my functioning heroin addict.
Functioning
That's it.
heroin addict
That's
at the
me.
age of 80.
Goals at 80, right? Like that's.
Goals.
He's doing the crossword.
You know, you dream big, son.
Hey, dude,
do heroin
it's gonna be
before I
3
die.
times before one of your fucking what is it, nieces or nephews just puts a little bit too much in there. It's like, goodbye, Grandpa.
Is there an inheritance? Bye.
Sign off on this
bad part is
revive.
at that
Tinfoil
age,
hat is mine.
the only bad part is at that age, I won't have these nice veins that I do now.
You
know
think
what I
those are
mean?
nice?
All right, they're not like yours.
veins
You
are not-
work out every day.
Yeah, we'll start working out, baby.
Yeah, your fucking arms look like the freeways.
Not that bad.
With scratch marks on them.
You look like a freeway, LA freeway with all those tats too.
Yeah, the donut marks are the cuts.
Oh yeah, my fucking tattoos are all over the place.
Yo, how long you've had like a hell of a career, Rachel? Like, especially like I had to be put up on game, like, because during like when you were like thriving, I was like a kid.
You were a child, yeah.
Yeah, like so. It's like, you know what I mean? Like you're like doing all these like
Yeah.
shoots. Did you?
My boyfriend did that. He's like, he got a little jealous of it. Somebody I dated. I'm like, you were 8. Like, I can't. Had I known, I would have waited. But
yeah,
you were learning.
that's something
You were
per-
like learning your maths. You know.
like, did you have those kind of parents that like, you know, like, did you have like a pageant mom or something?
I had a mom that kept me under lock and key. Like she.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I had school was over at 2:15. My ass was home by 3. No excuses.
Or else what happened? You got
Yeah, oh my God, are you kidding me? I wouldn't. Yeah, I still live in fear of my mom and her long arm.
See, my mom was 6
Very
feet
long
tall,
arm.
fucking box. Yeah. I
No,
get it.
you got to be afraid of the little ones. Like the
The-
little ones, she's like 5'2", but
And I think-
her reach is like.
I think it's both extremes. If she was like 5'6", wouldn't be afraid of her. But my mom is like 6 foot tall, like Amazonian.
Yeah, no,
so
she.
your mom was very strict.
She was really strict. She was kind of a wild woman herself. So it was like, do as I say, not as I do type thing. And you know, you just don't. We didn't. I remember maybe it was the era. Like we just didn't have. We didn't question it. Also, like, you know, it wasn't like super. We lived in La Jolla, California, but I definitely like you know when like you watch TV, like I hate this house. My mom would have knocked the shit out of that kid. Like you know what I mean? Like I would be embedded in a wall. There's no fucking way. You just got home and you just went, okay, let me get me through this night, and then you go to work. That's why like you know how people say, oh, my high school bully.
Your mom.
My mom. Like if I had a bully, I didn't notice.
So
I literally like I'm like, that's all you got? Like I literally like paid no mind because I had like bigger fish to fry. So
That doesn't sound like the type of mom that I picture as being very supportive of a modeling career.
well, but that one brings money. So anytime you're making money, you'd be surprised how parents.
So how did you?
change.
So at what age did you make that shift, or did you start getting a little bit of freedom for you to be like? Because that, especially you saying,
Oh, I ran away from home when I was 17.
damn, it was a runaway situation.
Because I was 16 my senior year. I graduated. When I graduated, I was still technically a minor. So I just ran away and hid out until I was 18.
Well, yeah, where'd you go?
My friend's house.
And what her parents knew, he's like, yeah, Rachel's mom's fucking a bitch.
Yeah,
Like-
well,
like-
no, they all, everyone's mom knew. But no, the lady I ran, so her mom was like a really like Christian type woman. So she was always like taking in random kids in weird situations and stuff like that.
She was like Homeboy Industries.
She was churchy. She was
Yeah.
churchy. So
She was like the Homeboy Industries of your area.
yeah, she definitely.
You need those kind of people. You don't have those people anymore, dog. Like that's why these kids don't know when to stop. They're like, oh, we stole this car. Let's rob the mall next. You know what I mean? You don't have like this person. It's like, hey, you're gonna end up in jail, mijo. You know, like you need somebody that'll tell you, like, hey, my son's in there.
Yeah, she just kind of took me in, told me not to talk to the boys in the house, and then a lot of church stuff. But honestly, like it was pretty bad at home, so she probably honestly like saved me from a lot of more mental issues than I probably already have.
You never went back, like after you left.
It took some time. And then I realized why I left, and that was it.
So y'all are cool now?
No. We were cool for a while. You know, people ebbs and flows.
Ebbs and flows, yeah.
So
At what age did you start modeling for like as a gig or as a job? Like how did that come?
what
Like,
kind
you're
of
like-
modeling?
well, what came first?
That says it.
Well, probably. I think I did my first photo shoot was for like my friend's like art project for, we went to like a school for photography. So I hiked our ass up a mountain, painted me like a cheetah, and I was like laying on these rocks and it was freezing. So that was like my first one. And then someone, it was that back then it was like a big deal to like get someone into Playboy. So everyone was trying to like scout.
Is it not hard now?
No, now the girls buy their way in. So I don't know.
It's like getting an article in the Forbes
Yeah.
magazine, bro. Like
It's a different era. It's different. Every Maxim stuff, like all that stuff. I don't. Kids don't even know what that is now, probably. Now it's I guess likes. It could be.
Because I watched a little documentary on Hugh Hefner.
It's different. It's definitely different.
I watched a little documentary on Hugh Hefner, and I remember him saying that at least the first
Get closer to the mic, fool.
female of the month or whatever, he picked them. He picked them in the beginning.
He was still very active when like my layout. He definitely picked the pictures.
Oh, that's amazing.
You know what I mean? Like
you were yeah.
he definitely
sick.
picked the pictures. He honestly, I can't.
He said, no, you can say whatever you want.
Well, it's funny because I always feel bad saying this, but like to me, no, it was absolutely not a creep, but it doesn't negate somebody else's experience. I would always think there's always like an element of like buyer's remorse when it comes to have, because people, they're young girls and they don't want to be asked to leave the party. So there is a pressure, I guess, to kind of go along with it. And there you feel bad about it after, or you grow out of it and like, why did I do that? But then when you start hearing the stories about women that were attacked basically or drugged and all that stuff, it's a hard thing to listen to because you didn't experience it, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. And then I know a lot of people that I know them, so I believe them. I just like I think the worst stories are like the Playboy Mansion Club and like
the grotto.
Well, just so you hear the stories about like what's his name, Bill Cosby. That fucked me up listening to that. I was just like, oh my god, because it's bad enough. It was like we all believe everything he did and he deserves to be in jail. But then you hear like because when I think of Playboy, and I think the women that worked in the company and the women that post with magazine, it's like a little family type thing. We have this shared experience, no matter if you only did one layout or a million layouts. And so you think about that weird cultish thought process that none of us said anything, or we'd see something happening and we just kind of like, I don't know. It's a weird programming, I guess. I mean, I personally was drugged twice at the mansion, not by him, by the bartender. By the bartenders. Yeah, for real. And luckily I had my friends with me and nothing weird happened, but it's twice. It's fucking twice. Like,
so
twice?
I've never been drugged. He said he had
I've been roofied before.
And he said
Yeah.
you feel it like
it's a weird thing because you can feel two ways. You either don't remember, you remember something, and then after that you don't remember anything.
Yeah, Xavier, I didn't say I felt it like that, dude. I said
okay, but you said
I said that like
You feel weird.
Yeah,
like you're off.
You wake up and you just feel you're like you try to go through your mind and you cannot put
it's
anything
gone.
together. It's like gone. And then you're looking like you don't remember how you got home. You don't remember what you did. And you have to look at your phone and look at your messages because you do shit while you're roofing. Like you're talking to people. I almost got beat up if it wasn't for that. But Michael
Men
Clark.
have it different. Men tend to run their mouths off and get aggressive. Women tend to be just a little more like wild or submissive. They just kind of go, or they're just passed out, which is just disgusting. But
I was with a group of chicks, so like they
knew. They're like, no.
They were trying to like get one of the girls or whatever it was, and they bought some drinks, and I ended up getting that drink, and I'm just like,
that's what the first time at the mansion I got champagne, and they're like the proper like Gatsby glasses. They're very small.
Yeah.
And so I got one for me, and I got one for my friend who is a man. We were not together. He was with his girlfriend, but he's like, "You get it, because I'll give it to you faster." He had one drink. He the next day was like, "What was in that drink?" I am trying to figure out myself. He's like, he yelled at his girlfriend. He was just acting crazy. He's made his girlfriend cry. She thinks he's insane. And I'm like, "Well, tell her. Obviously, we got drugged, and obviously, I didn't drug you. Like, why would I give you drugs? You know what I mean? Those things are expensive." So it's like, yeah. And then I called like one time. The second time it was like a Halloween party. I had no idea what happened. It was real. Luckily, my friends came and got me. I do remember this part is that I remember I was cold. I was tired. I was just really tired. And I kind of was like, it's like, you know, when they have like a movie where it's like fade to black and then you see that's what I would remember seeing. And I just remember I just wanted to lay down. I was freezing. And one of the staff comes up to me, and you know, obviously we've been there a million times, so they know my name, and they're like, "Do you want to go upstairs?" Now, did I want to go upstairs? No, but I didn't. I just wanted to lay down, and I didn't want to be cold. So had my friends not been there, I would have said yes. Yes, but then what happens is everybody sees you say yes, and you go willingly. So when you say something happened to me, we're like, well, I mean, she was all over that guy. You know what I mean? She went.
She said it's submissive, bro. So that's why they give it to girls.
So that's why I think there's a lot of. I think nowadays people will speak up because they know what's up. I think in my generation, it's a lot of like, will they believe me? And also it's a lot of like, almost you gaslight yourself. You're like, well, I didn't say no. You know what I mean? So it's like people just don't say anything. And I think that's why there's such a big explosion all of a sudden. Like, I had the same experience because we were just holding it in for so long. And also, you know, we didn't have like, you just played it through. You know what I mean? How many times did I go, I'm surprised I'm alive? How many times have I gone to like, back in my youth, up into the hills, following the little breadcrumbs of cocaine up there with all this Hollywood trash. We didn't have Uber. We barely had smartphones. We had a fucking little Razor flip phone that didn't do anything.
Motorola Razor, baby.
We were calling Beverly Hills Cab. And you know what was great about them is they kept your phone number, and they were like, "Hi, Rachel." And they would know exactly. I used to tell my old publicist, I'm like, if I ever go missing, you have to call Beverly Hills Cab, because they track.
They know where I've been.
They know where I'm going. They're like, it's kind of intrusive. It's like, am I picking up at this place? I'm like, never say that address out loud again.
They had back then. They had like they also had those underground taxi services. I remember like my homegirl's dad used to do that for when they used to have walkie-talkies, and they used to just pick up people, bro, like people that
saving
would
lives.
Like, no, just straight up, like, it's like, hey, I'm drunk, can you come get me from this party? And they're paying obviously top dollar for this ride. Or like, hey, like this family is coming from Mexico, can you take them to Disneyland and ride around the whole day with them? And they'll just pay that person, but like for half the price or for whatever it was at the time.
Saving lives.
And they would have like cards. And I remember that when I was in high school, we would just like go to parties, and I'm just like, hey, like, is your dad gonna come pick us up? Because like that would determine if I would be drinking, because I didn't want to get home drunk and get caught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild. It's wild. We have I have in a party dress, like in the early 2000s. I think I was really into wearing like strapless party dress. I don't know. I think I watched too much Sex in the City, but like I went to this producer's house and with a bunch of people, and then all of a sudden they're gone. I'm like, where did everybody go? And it's just us, and we had hooked up before, and it was just like I definitely regretted it afterwards. And so he just assumes, you know, you lick it, it's yours. And so I was like, I'm not staying. He goes, yes, you are. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? And it was very uncomfortable, and I knew I was going to win this battle, and I had no battery, and I just said, can I go to the bathroom? I'll be right back. Go to the bathroom. I went through his kitchen, grabbed some mail, was like trying to find a bar. I called Beverly Hills Cab, and I told them exactly what's happening. I said I was scared, and he goes, can you jump out of a window? I'm like, yeah. He goes, jump out the window. And I was like, I'll stay with you as long as your phone's on. I went through the bushes. I'm scratched. I'm holding Malonos.
And
you know what I mean?
You're in the bathroom,
and
freshening
he
up.
still thinks I'm in the bathroom getting ready for him.
Holy shit.
Damn.
We're on the top of some fucking Beechwood Canyon thing, and I'm going, and they're like, do you see headlights? I'm like, no, not yet. And like, okay, I'll stay on the phone. And he comes up, and I was literally like, talk about not all heroes wear capes. I was like, you are my knight in shining armor, because it's a long walk down. And because I didn't even think of jumping out the window and just walk through the bushes. Go. I would have been like, I don't know what to do.
What was the reason you left the guy's house? Like, he was just a creep?
Yeah.
He was basically saying, I'm not taking you home. And I said I didn't want to stay. And I had to spend the night.
What's crazy is to kind of figure out that they were all in on it.
That's gross. I know.
They all left on purposely, as in like he says, hey, bring her here. Y'all dip out. That leaves me.
I hope it wasn't.
I hope not. Like,
I hope
you said
not.
they're your friends, so I hope it was maybe.
But it might have been that we had like I like a different time, long time, like almost a year ago, we had hooked up. So they might have thought
that you guys
that I would
are
hook
cool
up with him
for that
again.
respect, yeah.
But
So-
I mean,
So
Crazy.
ask me. Like, don't just leave me here.
So wait up.
She left Diddy's house, dude. No.
Oh my God.
Escaping Diddy.
Fine, so I was gonna
That's
ask,
terrifying. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
So I was gonna ask something about not the Diddy thing, but you've been at Playboy Mansions, and
Yeah.
everyone always says
Think around now.
it's always fun and games in the beginning of the party, and then
Yeah.
you kind of get asked to come after, or you part. Were you ever in a moment where you were like, this is getting weird. They're asking me a weird moment. Do I want to go here? It's already
People
past.
start wearing masks.
Yeah, and because I do think there's a moment where they like, because it's like, how does this happen? They let you see things, and if you don't complain, then they kind of know you're part of the game. And I wonder, was there ever a moment where you were like, I'm out? Like, it's
No,
just weird?
because when I was younger, I was really kind of oblivious to anything except for myself and my friends. So I was just too self-absorbed to notice anything. Also, I was on a lot of cocaine to notice anything. I will say the time, like after one of the times that I got drugged there, the Patty, she was like the head of like all the girls and everything. She got a phone call asking if I was okay. And I was like, did I do anything weird? Did I like, and like you fell a few times. I think you peed your pants, but I think you're good. I'm like, cool. And I did think it was weird that she called.
Madam.
Yeah, and then but here's the craziest thing was, and she's like, "Are you okay?" And she wanted. I said someone drugged me. I did not accuse the bartenders, even though I knew that's who it was. And they said, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, it's kind of the way of the girls my age at that time, because we were raised in kind of a misogynistic time where it's like you kind of like to not be difficult.
Yeah, you
kind
guys
of had to
hang with
act like
different-
one of the boys.
You guys hang with different kinds
So
of
there
jokes.
there was that pressure to kind of like be cool. You know what I mean? Like it's not a big
nothing
deal.
happened,
You know what I mean? Like you're one of the boys type of thing. And like if I would have acted like like how fucking dare you? I don't even know what would happen. No, but here's the thing: is I'm watching all these documentaries. Apparently, I said the right thing because all these documentaries, all the girls that complain,
It gets
they're
even
fucking gone. No one sees them again. They ruin their career.
it gets out of
They're
gets out of
threatened.
control.
It's
Yeah,
it's not even with adults. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the Nickelodeon one. When the parent
Oh,
complains,
God.
when the parent complains, the kid's out.
Yeah.
Parent starts
Hey,
complaining.
No, but when I say they're out, like I'm thinking girls are going missing.
Oh, you're talking missing.
Playboy. Like girls are missing. They're harassed.
Is there a lot of Playboy mates missing?
They fuck with their lives. Like they can't make money anymore.
Yeah.
Like they're
like
like
Scientology.
blacklisted a little bit.
Canceled,
so-
like back, like old school canceled.
Yeah, but like the canceled you should have wanted to be canceled from, but you thought it was a big deal because you didn't make better life choices. Yeah, so I when I'm watching all these documentaries now, and I'm just like, oh God, good thing I said I was cool with it, because who knows what happened.
I mean, they say they care. I think it was Marilyn Monroe died, or who? I think she was the one that died because she was fucking some mobsters or something like that, and they shut her up and they drugged her and they said they.
You mean the president?
Did
She
she
wasn't
get-
fucking
yeah.
mobster. She was fucking the president.
Yeah.
Yeah, and,
and his brother.
but fucking other mobsters people, and they had
She was
Oh.
butt fucking other mobsters.
Yeah,
Okay,
so,
how did she die? Did she get shot?
I don't.
so she
Yeah,
overdosed on
overdosed.
barbiturates, and
Okay,
they
bro.
said they literally said if you look it up, it makes no sense. They say that they stuffed. They as in like
The
people-
man.
the conspiracy
Who's they?
theorists. The
They, the
conspiracy
conspiracy-
theorists.
I was like, I haven't
Cannot
heard this
reveal
one.
my
No.
sources.
Yeah, so the thing is, the word on the street is Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton told her. Bill Clinton told her stop showing up. Like you're literally
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton, dude. This is a different timeline.
This is getting confusing.
Never mind, forget it.
This is like, you know how there's the Bernstein Bears and the Bernstein Bears.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is like
Mandela effect.
John F. Kennedy never happened. It was
Mandela
just Bill
effect.
Clinton.
Mandela effect shit that you're not from our dimension, are you? You're not from our timeline.
I'm also illegal, so it all
You're
makes
not
sense.
from our timeline.
Different algorithm, dude.
But I'm a dreamer.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. Like she just seems like somebody who like. She was the it girl and she liked partying a lot because the drugs were free. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, but that's a narrative you have now.
Exactly. If you look into it, you can find out that it does make sense.
Well, you don't get to bone the president by not being the it girl.
You don't bone the president and then talk about it, and he's married and you don't get killed.
Yeah, that was
you keep talking, you keep boning the president, you're gonna die.
I mean, I wouldn't tell if I boned the president.
You're not supposed to. You're just fucking. You definitely don't write a book either.
I definitely would like all my speeding tickets erased, though.
Well,
like there's certain
immunity.
No one would know, but there would be like little things,
little signs.
There would be signs.
Get a pardon real quick.
If Kamala won, are you boning the president, Izo?
Like to save my life and shit.
Side piece.
If Trump wins, he's boning the president.
She's married and she just watches We Don't Smoke the Same. She used to be a
What are we
stoner.
like doing the gun to the head? Would you?
Are you boning the president
For America,
her side
dog?
piece for America?
Yeah, like-
For God and country, sir.
Just saluting
Her man,
the whole time.
her man ain't doing it. So Izo, you gotta step up for.
Just it's time to serve our country.
There we go. That's
Would
what
you?
I'm talking about.
You have no choice. You do
I
it
wouldn't
for
do
papers.
Hillary. I let the country go
I don't.
down the drain if it was Hillary.
I
But Kamala, I'd do
yeah.
Kamala.
Would you? She'd be giggling like a maniac the whole
Cackling
time.
the whole time.
What about Rock? Would you do it if
She's
she?
giving vice principal vibes so badly.
Would you do it for America, Rock?
Kamala?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
She lets you call her the N word.
No, I'm not doing that.
Oh my.
I'm not doing that.
I feel like a politician would be into that. She's like, call me that.
Oh,
Step on my
yeah,
balls.
yeah, bro.
Oh, Hillary Clinton. For
Remember
sure.
I told you when I used to.
Hillary Clinton wants to be called the N-word?
No, she wants you to step on her balls.
Oh, yeah, that part.
Dude, remember
That's Michael.
Remember I told you when I was in college and I used to do like Lyft, and then like their day shift in the valley, you would pick up like escorts and shit that would like be on their jobs,
Yeah, you
fool.
did tell me that.
And I told you that one chick that she used to like go see like neurosurgeons, fool. I dropped her off one time and she told me like all kinds of shit. This guy, and I'm just like, what does this guy do, right? And she's like, he's a neurosurgeon. He operates on people's brains. And she was telling me like this guy like pays her top dollar to step on his balls with heels. Like just do like, and I'm just like, what do you? And I'm just like, and I asked her, me of course, what part of the heel do you used to step on? You know, like, and she's like, yo, the flat part, and it's just, it's crazy, bro.
If I ever got to go in for surgery, I'm just gonna be like, hey, you don't subscribe to you don't do that weird dominatrix shit with your balls, do you?
Read that.
Well, if it's a release, you want them to.
Fair enough.
You want
Yeah, as long as he's got a clear head while he's
steady hand, sir.
You know, that's a good point. That's a
Yeah.
good point. Did you get your balls stomped on before you came in?
I don't
or
think
did
I
you do
could
it last
stomp
night?
on balls.
could.
I've
You
always
could.
wanted.
You definitely
I've
could.
always wanted the job of a dominatrix that just verbally abuses somebody, just eviscerates them. Like I'm overqualified for that job. That's the job I want. That job was not there on school career day.
How often do like pay pigs come up?
I don't know. If anyone would like me to insult you for money, like just tell these guys.
never whipped anybody?
I've never had anyone ask me, and it's like my dream. Like I would just love to just like do something I love to do, which is just eviscerate a man and get paid for
You know
it.
what
Are
you
you
could
kidding?
do? You could start a cameo for that. You just be like, yo, however much your cameos
But
cost.
it's not personal. I need
But that's
you.
how
I
you
need
start.
I need you like right here in front.
That's
of
just
me.
how you get it going.
Rock,
Though, you know
have
what
you-
I'm saying?
have
Like-
You want to
Had it
hit
done?
Rock with your heels?
Have you ever been whipped?
No, but she can insult me. That's fine. I don't need confidence.
Like you might think you don't like to get whipped, but we had an episode with the dominatrix,
Nah.
and she whipped me, and I didn't think I was gonna like it, but maybe it's because she was hot. At that point, I was like, okay.
No,
you
it's
keep
a
going.
profession. It's a. I did a movie where I had to play a dominatrix, and we had real submissives there because it was like an indie movie. So we had submissives there because they could just take after take. And apparently, I wasn't even making a dent to this guy. He's like, "You can do it harder." I'm like, "Okay."
You were going pretty hard.
I
on
was
him?
going full on.
doing my
I was like,
best.
I broke something. He's like, "Keep going."
What were
I'm
you?
like,
You were just like hitting him with the whip?
I hit him with a whip. I hit him with a paddle. There was like a big long thing, like a hand thing, and I was just like, "This has to hurt." And he was like, "No."
Just start kidney punch.
It was a movie being made about a dominatrix So it was like her life story. And she was there like with me watching it, like she was on set and everything. And she was like I guess I had a little rhythm going after a while. And she's like, you could work on that. And I had potential. I had a lot of potential.
It's not too late.
Just
go on Indeed.com and see if there's any listings.
This stand-up thing doesn't work out.
So how long you been doing stand-up for?
Ooh, right a year. How long have we been out of a pandemic? Like
4
years?
3 years. 3 or 4 years.
Damn,
No,
no
3 years. 3 years.
Yeah, Xavier, stop doing your COVID jokes already.
Fuck you.
So I think
Jack Jr. don't want no COVID jokes tomorrow on Saturday, bro.
Yeah, I think probably like almost a year before, or maybe 6 months before COVID.
Okay. Damn, that's tight.
But I didn't stop. I mean,
Oh, you did it during COVID? You were doing outdoor shows?
I didn't subscribe to COVID, so I just pressed on.
Life went on.
Yeah, it was great for me because everyone else was terrified, so I was just like, I'll do it.
I flew so many times. It was the best.
Well, the thing is like I did catch COVID once. I went up to. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
What made you-
He's like, this is so fun. I'm having the most fun.
I love the pain.
Ooh, it hurts so good.
This is a stoner's BDSM.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's being a sub right now.
There's people watching right now super jealous of his coughs.
Oh.
They're like, I wish I
Like,
was
that's a
coughing
good
like
one.
that. That's a
And
good
there's people that are like watching. It's like, I wish I could make him cough with my product.
So funny. Cough, bitch, cough. So yeah, it was. I just took my car and drove to Texas a bunch of times.
What
And just, Austin, like everybody
That's
fucking
where I'm
else.
from.
Have you done Kill
That's where
Tony?
Dick Jokes went to die is
Have you
fucking
done
Austin.
Have you done Kill Tony? Have you put your name in the bucket list?
No, my friend, I supported my friend Isabella doing that. I don't, like last night I hosted, I don't know if I hosted, I don't know what the fuck I did with it. I co-produced, but in the way of like, I'm the house. You know what I mean? Like I didn't cast anybody. I didn't do anything. I just ran around getting upset that things weren't on time. A roast battle type thing. And
Oh, it was with the JP, right?
it was with Digits.
Digits?
Digits.
And
We've
I-
had Digits on, the fool that wears the mask. Homie Digits. We've had him on here. He's cool.
Yeah. So
I remember that.
It's definitely like something I don't understand. I'll be really honest. It
Well,
doesn't
are you
mean
too
that.
nice? I don't see you roasting anybody.
No, I'm actually not. I'm very not nice person. But I just can't insult someone on command. Like I have to have passion for it.
Like he came and roasted.
Premeditated hate.
Like
Yeah.
If they just
It has
came
to
in,
come from the within. You know what I mean? Like they always like, you roast someone you love. I'm like, no, I want my fucking mortal enemy. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want to see your soul leave your body.
Yeah, bro, you gotta put some thought into it, bro, because that's how like the best things come out. If it's off the top, it's gonna be like, man,
But I feel like they should at least look like they're off the top. Like at least lie to me and let me think that it's witty. Don't bring out your fucking notepad. Like that's the only thing that bugged me a little bit because I'm just not used to. I guess I'm not used to watching roast battles. Like I think
Is that allowed?
I feel like it should be. Like,
Off the
ever
cuff.
watch like drag queens or gay men just fucking insult
Rock
each
over
other?
here.
Boom, boom, boom. It's like I don't know if it's premeditated or not, but it feels like it just sounds like they're so fucking smart and sharp, and it's just so like, oh, you didn't
I've
say
never-
that.
honestly-
Like, I wish it would be like that. 'Cause
Well,
I
it's
could
like
get
I've
into
never
that.
been to any of those, but my brother loves that shit. I mean, he's gay, granted, but
It's called reading.
He
You
goes
read
to all
someone,
he
and
goes
it's
to
the
all these
best.
fucking like drag shows, right? Like, and I've asked him, I was like, "Fool, you drag?" Like, you know what I mean? And he's he's like,
you
no,
drag?
he enjoys it, and like,
You dragging?
bro, he fucking laughs so fucking much at this shit, and I'm like, it's not my kind of laugh. It's like very gay Monty Python type of shit. You know what I mean? But
Do it.
but these I don't know. I can't even like make.
It's kind of like you shouldn't.
but
do
they're
it.
on
You
point,
shouldn't
they're
do
like
an
that.
accent. He shouldn't do that either.
What up? He does some good accents. His Trump accent, probably one of the best I've heard.
That's an impression.
Yeah, that's an impression, bro.
Touche.
I mean, granted, you've been good at your English words today.
I know.
Like, did you?
English is my second language.
Hasn't had a stroke
I
yet.
also want to. I just want to jump in and say that I'm not saying that last night's show was bad. I'm just saying I don't understand roast battles because, like, there's different levels of people, and I just feel like I'm like, you could have been meaner, I guess, if you're gonna go for. But also, I could never do it because I'm a pussy. I would cry. And there's like, There's too much. There's too many good things, little morsels about me that people could just like make me want to jump
fight,
out
bro.
a bridge.
You got a lot of skeletons that you're like,
oh yeah,
they'll bring them out. I'm like, no,
I am like
they'll research you. They'll research
I'm like a
you.
mean person's wet dream when it comes to like, are you kidding me? There's so much material here. We're gonna make this bitch cry.
I saw a roast battle because I've attended a few of them.
It's not. They're brave. They are so brave.
This one guy, I guess they're non-binary now, but JP, they're really funny. Yeah, I'm trying to be correct on this. You know, I'm doing my best, but they're really funny and they're really good at the roast battles. But I don't even know this fool's name, but this Hispanic dude got like so angry on stage, and like he's like a regular at roast battles. I'm like,
they got him.
But like apparently he just gets mad almost every time. I'm like, what is
this?
this? I don't know his
Is he
name.
drunk? Maybe he's a bad drunk.
No, you want to talk about brave? Have you guys ever seen the naked roast? That's fucking brave.
Okay, that's like some swinger shit, bro. That's just like a little swinger.
That's
man.
white people shit. What are you talking about?
You want to call it? That's
the pineapple
brave.
roast
I was
over
saying,
here?
you want to talk about brave? That's brave. Going up there and roasting another naked person, let you roast each other naked is just.
Is it all based on physicality then?
It's pretty much, yeah. You're gonna mean.
If
you don't have to.
I honestly think when when you look at someone and like you look like you have chlamydia or a person, that's funny. But if you're like just going like it's slow hanging fruit, like if someone's overweight, it's like how many jokes do I have to hear about that?
Your balls look weird,
so
bro.
bored right now.
Somebody said, "Here we go." X
So
to the
bored with
Chrysler
that.
G.
I mean, one that I told you, I was at Skankfest and it was part of the rotation.
Skankfest.
Classy.
So they had the naked roast, and this girl did the craziest thing. She won. Like no one even cared what else she did, but she goes up there. She was like the third person to go up, and she does her joke. First one sucks. Third one, second one sucks. Third one. She was waiting for this one. And then she's like, fuck, I keep forgetting my jokes. Give me 1 second, people. Then she goes in her vagina and pulls out a piece of paper.
Up.
And then reads out the joke. The whole crowd went insane.
That's because it was like a circus. That's an oddity.
That's not.
That's called they used to have a tent that said oddities, and you would go in and see all the fucking freaks.
I wouldn't consider that like, oh my god, that's a killer, bro.
Roof off, dog. This bitch pulled out a piece of paper. She had nothing written in it. She just said, let me take my notes out. And then she read it. The whole crowd went crazy. The next person was like, I don't even want to go up. Like, what am I going to say after?
What was it that was crazy about her?
She pulled out a fucking piece of paper.
And how hard did you laugh? Like, or was that just like, oh wow, that's like,
it's fucking crazy. Like, you gotta understand. Like,
yeah, but do you consider that like?
Do you think
as
that's
a
talent,
joke?
or do you think that's just shock value, though?
I think the whole thing starts off with shock value. So now you have to shock the people.
I guess. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't.
I'm not saying I do it. I just think that you guys said that was brave roast battle. I was like, okay, we want to talk about brave.
Well, going up to be roasted, I think is brave.
Even naked. These people
Naked is crazy.
And I remember watching them. I was like,
that's insane.
At that point, it's not even about the comedy. You're just up there naked.
But that's the thing. There's like stand up, which is set up punchline, or have a really fucking good story. But then, and even that's frowned upon. Sometimes crowd work's frowned upon. But then you have the insulting, which is very witty. I think if it's more banter, that's super witty, and you have to be really sharp for that. But then when it's just shock value of opening your vagina and using it as a pocketbook, you know what I mean? Like, is that talent?
I would also say a lot of roast battle is shock value. A lot of roast battle shock value is what are you going to say about this person? It's a little bit of shock value. Would you call it funny? Would you call it funny? Like he just said, is that funny?
It'll be funny with the guys we had last night would have annihilated that girl, because then you're just opening up. You're opening up open.
It's definitely talent. Like I'm like MTV your mama.
Open season on your vagina and what they're gonna say. It looks like, smells like, hangs like. You know what I mean? Like, why would you set yourself up for that? That's like insane. That's insane.
Brave.
She's brave. She's brave.
Yeah, she was like 20 pounds overweight. She was super brave.
Oh. Well,
but none of these people that went up there, I would consider them like, if I had that body, I'd go
it's never the people that you want to see naked that want to be naked all the time.
Up.
Trust me, I was up there kind of like, even that girl that took it out of her vagina, I was like, keep that inside.
He ran up there to pick it up off the stage.
The worst part, it was fucking wet, so this bitch was wet on stage. Yes.
Hey,
yeah,
well,
this bitch was all hornyada up there.
Hey, she was like, I'm winning.
It's like if you ever seen like a nude beach, like when you like.
Yeah, there ain't nobody attractive.
I was on vacation, bro, like in Mexico one time, and just at like a resort, just kicking it, and like it was like right next to a nude beach, and then you just you can see these fools, and the majority of them is just like old people that still fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like super old fools just hanging out there with their like just wrinkled.
You guys, I didn't know that people wore clothes on a beach until I was 10 years old.
Huh?
I swear to God. No, because my mom, from La Jolla, California. So there's a place called Black's Beach, and you hike down there, and so that's where I went when I was little. It's a nude beach. My mom used to have this kelp shampoo. She wanted to wash her hair, activated. I don't know, it's fucking 70s, and I didn't understand. It's very normal for me to go play with other half naked or naked kids. I was also really little, and then cut to I'm going to youth group Christian church thing with my friend's family, and I'm just peeling,
getting ready for the beach.
Yeah, and they're like, "Honey, why are you taking your clothes off?" And I'm like, "Why do you have them on?" You know what I mean? No one told me. They just let me go out that door.
Is that beach still around in San Diego?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's a cliff where they jump off to go hang gliding. And so they just go right over. I feel like now, because of cell phone, we didn't have cell phones. I'm sure there were perverts there, but they just only,
Well, there was cameras. You had to take forever to get
No,
it.
honey, you'd have to have a Polaroid or something. You know what cameras looked like? You know how old I am? I'm fucking almost 50. So it's
Yeah, you kept saying 10 years older than me.
Yeah. Cameras they had the little flash thing bulb on them back then, and there were Polaroids like that. If you want to take nudes and naughty pictures, is a fucking Polaroid.
They didn't have disposable.
You can't be taking it from far away,
No,
fool.
that's not even the word. I've always thought about and then the guy at the Walmart's going to see my nudes. Because don't they develop them? Who develops them? Someone's got to develop the thing. Someone's looking at what you took pictures of, and they're like, God damn, and they're going to give them to you hey, here you go.
Nice cock.
Yeah, there we go. I like what I see.
Yep.
Very professional.
Things were different back then. We also didn't wear seatbelts and
drink and drive.
Remember when they banned drink and drive and people were so upset?
I saw that video.
How dare you?
How dare you take away my right? What the fuck is this? I thought this was a country.
You sound like one of those guys that's like, now I can't drink and drive to Walmart.
Now I can't drink and drive on my way to work or on my way home. I'm
How am
gonna
I
be
supposed
miserable.
to relax?
Yo. Hey, but come on. When the guy said, ain't nothing wrong with the beer after a hard day work, I wasn't even mad about that.
Ain't nothing wrong with a beer after a hard day at work, man. I'm just trying to drive home and relax.
You know what though?
My uncles that do construction, they still stop by 7-Eleven after a hard day at work, and they just get one.
They just
Yeah.
fucking
All
drink
All the
and
Mexican
drive.
fools, dog, that are like
driver,
movers, they fucking still. If you were to pull those fools over at between the hours of 3:45 to 6, you're gonna see 3 cans under the seats, wrapped in fucking little plastic, brown bags. And then just these people are just pounding it, bro.
Brown bag that shit. I ain't going home.
You know how
In the carpool lane. They're always in the carpool lane.
I remember, bro, because now it makes sense because I used to work with those fools with my friend's dad when we were kids. He used to do that shit, load up these trucks. He's 16-wheelers, and I'm just like, dude, what are all these cans over here? They just just keep them stashed, bro. Just drinking and driving out there, big rigs and shit, and just moving vans and shit. Just hey, fools can handle their stuff, dog. That's why I feel like we lost our freedoms because we became more sensitive about.
We lost our freedoms because we can't drink and drive. God damn it!
But you gotta also think about it. Now that I think about it,
we became a less responsible people.
But think about it. Imagine when drinking and driving was allowed. People literally took shots and drove.
But also, cars were better built back then.
There wasn't seatbelts.
But the cars were like tanks.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
So if they just had seatbelts, we'd be good, right?
I think they
Seatbelt
put
with the
only
tanks?
if you were to go back in time and tell an adult man to put his seatbelt on, he's like, I'm not 8. They wouldn't, they didn't really think you put seatbelts on kids in the front and the back. There were no seatbelts.
Why is there
There were
still
no
no
seatbelts.
seatbelts on school buses?
Because the bus driver has had it.
Population control.
Like-
It's really hard to flip it over. It's possible.
I mean, I'm sure they've tried, but I don't.
These goddamn kids.
Fucking kids.
Yeah, you talk about seatbelts on school buses?
They don't
No.
have seatbelts on school buses?
They don't.
They don't.
That's
Well,
bizarre.
I think
never
they have
have.
them now, but I remember.
Do they now?
I remember in the 90s.
When was the last time you were on a school bus?
You know how hard it is to get 40 kids to put on a seatbelt with one person? The second the guy's down the lane, I already took it off, dog.
That's true.
Come on, you remember being fucking 16, 17, 15, a douchebag, literally throwing chicken wings to the front of the bus? I remember doing that.
At that point, it's just
You were that
survival of the fittest.
The Lord of the Flies on the
Yeah,
school
it's
bus.
just, yeah. We'd go like a soccer tournament with JV and varsity, and JV would always fucking get harassed. You go in the back in the room, like we throw chicken nuggets at you, like we always just like be annoyed. It was not cool. Now I think about it, like that's not
You
cool.
bully.
You should feel
You
shame.
big old bully.
Hardcore bullying, but it's varsity JV is. I think if they don't do it now, I'm like
Guy made some strong men out of them, is what
I think a couple
Built
of them.
character, getting nuggies thrown at you.
I'm gonna go slap someone with a nuggie later.
Hell yeah.
You know-
we used to do drive-by corn dogs. We'd,
Corn dog.
oh my God, just stupid white kid shit.
Tell me
Big-
some white kid shit.
Drive-by
What'd you do?
corn
That is just the name alone.
Oh, and it's exactly what it sounds like. We would just
Corn
make a
dog?
bunch of corn dogs and go driving around and just film us throwing corn dogs at people as we drove by.
Did you do the thing where you like smashed mailboxes?
Nah, never really destroyed property. Just more, just like
Toilet papered anything? Egged anything?
not really.
Really?
No, it was more just
Burned
like
a cross in somebody's lawn.
Hey.
Did what?
I said burned a cross in somebody's lawn.
Oh my God.
Jesus Lord.
Once.
I'm guessing you have.
No. no.
No vandalism? No, not
Oh,
the
the
cross.
vandalism?
Jesus
I
Christ.
No,
was
Nobody-
I-
hopefully nobody's
yeah.
done that here.
I am the worst because I have not done the vandalism, but I have instigated it and I have paid for it and I have stood by and been the lookout. But not as an adult, obviously.
I was a driver.
a stupid kid.
I was a driver. I was trying to get some laid from this one chicken. She's like, I
Get
hate
some
it.
laid.
Get
trying to
some
get laid.
laid.
I'm trying to get some
Get
laid.
some laid.
Yeah, I was trying
Hey,
to get
mommy,
laid.
can I get a little laid? Can I get some laid?
That only works if you have to have an accent to say it like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Fucking Hawaiian
I
over
have an
here.
accent. Yeah, I have
you'd
a
have
Paisa
to.
accent. It
You'd
works.
have to. You'd have to.
Paisa.
But no, this girl was like, I was talking to her and she's like, hey, I hate this girl. You want to help me egg her house? And I was like,
Run her
Oh my
over.
God.
yeah. But at that moment in time,
All
I'm
for some
16,
pussy.
Yeah. I'm like, we can use my car.
Oh my gosh.
I drive them and they just go outside and just egg this girl's car because she was, she's a slut. Like the dumbest thing. Like, what's wrong with her? Like,
What a slut.
yeah, and I
Slut.
just remember it, and I remember leaving, and then I just remember her telling me that like I was kind of friends with that girl, and she's like, "Dude, someone egged my house sister." I was like, "Really? Who?"
That's like something out of a teen
like,
movie.
fucking teen movie. I
Did
was
you
like,
get a laid?
No, I did not get a laid from either of them. Was the worst part.
So you over here fucking over your friend for nothing.
Yeah,
Carry that with you.
Damn.
the hard times.
You think
Hard
about that
times.
before you go rest your eyes.
Yeah.
tonight. See if you can sleep.
Night.
See if you can sleep.
It
Where
was
is that
hard.
girl now? How did
No.
her life turn out?
kids.
She killed herself.
So she's miserable.
3 kids. Yeah, I divorced. I don't know, probably once at least.
Well, so she's got some happiness. She's divorced.
Three kids is a lot, fool.
Yo,
I think it should be outlawed. I think we're full up on humans. Like anything more, like if you already got them, cool. But going further, anything more than 2, you should not get a tax break. You should be charged more.
Didn't I?
You should be charged.
This sounds like
more.
China.
How come?
charged
How come when
more.
she's saying it, you're not fucking calling her
No,
China?
I-
but when I fucking said it, you call me a communist fuck.
No.
The
And all-
there's a carbon footprint that is like
Well,
there's no enough resources.
I was gonna fight back with her because to keep the population where it's at,
But
you
we're
need at least
good.
3. You need at least just to keep it where it's at.
No.
You need 3. Yeah,
No,
you need 3.
no.
Why do you need 3?
In case one's a dud.
Yeah, you need 3. It's only,
The runts.
It's you have
You're the backup plan, Jimothy.
you have 2 that takes care of your mother and your daughter. So
And then you have one for just parts. Like
Oh my God.
Backup organs.
the liver. I drink a lot.
Yo, just
I mean, back
call
then,
that third one
some of the
insurance.
young skin.
Oh my
Adrenochrome.
God.
Blood transfusion, dude.
That vampire guy? Damn, we're going to talk about do it on 3 separate episodes.
Rock, at some point when you're like fucking like 50 something, and then your genetics really start kicking in, right? And then you're like, man, I worked hard for this.
She's right there. His own.
Okay, but he has weak genetics, all right? Because he gets colds and shit. You know what I mean?
Oh
but like
my
when
God,
it's like that,
I get cold in cold circumstance. Fuck
good-
me.
You're gonna be like, you know what? He's almost right about these transfusions because it's the only thing keeping me alive.
I used to get tons of transfusions. Maybe that's it.
You've
I had,
got-
I had a
blood
tumor.
transfusions?
Yeah, I had a tumor that would just like basically eat me alive. So I've had like 7 blood transfusions in
shit.
1 year. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's the blood.
Oh well, I mean, not saying.
Damn, you're like,
Maybe she's
I
born
never
with it.
thought
Maybe
about
it's blood.
Yeah, maybe.
See, bro,
I
see,
didn't even think about that.
I mean,
that's like some rock star shit, bro. You know those
Here I
fucking
am
rock
thanking
star.
my mother. Should take it back now. It's the blood.
Mom, give me your fucking blood.
Just give me the blood.
blood transfusions. So I'm telling you, that's the future, bro. Like people, if you want to keep feeling somewhat of alive, bro, you're gonna have.
Well, wait up. Okay, I don't know if you've heard these stories, but people that get like organ transplants or whatever, they have feelings or they have memories that they didn't have before, or like all of a sudden they're like, I liked music.
You gotta get them in rich neighborhoods, dog. The worst that can happen is you become a little racist. Like straight up, bro.
Imagine you get an organ, you're like, I don't like black people no more.
Jesus.
And then you find out that the person you got it from really was racist, so you have some backup. Well, it's not really me.
It's not me. It wasn't me.
It's my fucking kidney, guys.
Hey, no, Rock gets a transfusion at 50, and he's like, white power.
I feel it surging through me.
He gets that little thunder tatted on him.
Oh, no.
Yo, I wanted to bring this up because I was telling these guys about it because you mentioned it on the Green Thumb show. Ron Jeremy was your neighbor.
Yes, Ron Jeremy was my neighbor. I think it's funny that so many people like didn't, because they posted it, and then there were so many comments like, "You're celebrating a rapist." I'm like, you have to watch the whole thing. I did not celebrate a rapist.
Yeah, she didn't fucking.
I didn't say it was cool. I said it was an oddity that I was living next to. You know what I mean?
So we actually wanted to figure out what is he accused. It's kind of weird on Google when you read.
Well, she's not his lawyer.
Well, she didn't live next to him. I'm sure she knows like the rundown.
Allegedly. Well, he's in jail, so I guess it's not allegedly.
Yeah, it's not.
Right?
Yeah, but it was.
It is allegedly.
Supposedly, he's just a little rapey.
Yeah, a little scumbag.
A little rapey. I have no idea if he was drugging people or not, but it seemed to be in the fashion of that era. They were just drugging people left, right, and center. I do know that he didn't know how to be a normal human in society, and he was constantly like saying things like just wildly inappropriate, and it's just kind of gross.
Like around kids, like
no, just I mean around.
Purpose.
No, like we're sitting. Let's pretend you guys are all like models, actresses, or playmates or something. He would walk because we lived in the same building. He'd just walk up and just say something like your creepy uncle would say, and they were just like, why? And he
like some perverted shit.
Yeah, just
your
like
toes look really good today.
Or that business, like that side business he had, where he would invite girls up to his apartment, which goes to show you, like we were either young and dumb. I don't know what was going on. Too trusting. You had to get the building I lived in. You had to have a key. It had to be used once you got into the elevator to get in and out. If you were on
to get out.
If you were on the penthouse, you needed it for in and out.
That's like real rich people shit, dog.
No, can you imagine though if you changed your mind? What would you do? What would you do? You know what I mean? Like, I hope that never happens, but like he would go up to girls and like tell them, I'll give you not even a lot of money. I'll give you like $200-300 if you go upstairs, present yourself. And he just took pictures of vaginas on Polaroids, and then he would sell them to like people. He said it was like businessmen in Asia. I don't know. That's what he told me. And he's like, if you ever, at the time I was making money, thank you. And he was like, if you ever need it, I'm like, I'll keep that in mind.
Damn, he offered you that?
Yeah, he's like, you never know what could happen. He's like, I know you're doing all right, but you never know. I'm like, I will keep that.
That is very creepy to just
I will keep that in mind. I guess you never know.
Can you imagine, Rock, somebody comes up to the dispensary to you and be like, hey, Rock.
Do not come.
I heard you hit some hard times. I heard you hit some hard times. You ever think about sucking a little dick?
Just a little one. And by that I mean like a little one.
Just a little? That's it?
It's a little. It's like a little.
Un poquito?
He's like no rent for Mr. Fucking I'll smoke Scante on stage for free rent for 3 months over here. People would do some crazy shit when you're down on some,
I was going to say, I got on a plane with Ron Jeremy once, and he looked like a little troll.
Yeah.
He looked like a little gremlin.
He's greasy.
Yeah, super greasy.
He's greasy.
And then he didn't have luggage. He had like a cooler bag.
I was going to say it was like stuff shoved underneath his man.
Yeah, like he would always be at the Rainbow, and then when we'd go there like the first couple of years of being here, we'd go there sometimes with B Real and like the crew. And then at first I'm just like, what the fuck? It's Ron Jeremy. But then like after seeing him so consistently, like every week after week, you're just like, this guy's not in his right mind. No. Like he just always looked a little off, and he kind of got off on like that, like how people look at the old Edward Furlong, and it's just like, before he got new teeth and he's doing good now, but like people be like, what happened to him? And it's sad sometimes. And I'm like, and I don't mean to compare him to Edward, because Edward has not done anything, as far as everybody knows, like crazy like that. He just made some bad choices, But did you know him?
And sometimes he was nice too, because it's like, you excuses for him basically, and sometimes he's just a weird old man basically. So you kind of basically I lived in a circus building. That's what I feel like. It's a fucking circus building.
Was that the only person that was like, I guess not just an oddity, but is that like the only famous person that was living in that building?
No, for some reason there was like a great number of playmates that lived there. One of the girls had a monkey because she used to live with Hef and gave her a monkey. Tight. So there was a monkey in the house, and like her whole place was pink. And it was like, remember Bobby Trendy? You guys are old enough to know Bobby Trendy. Anyway, it was this like kind of gaudy furniture, and everyone was about it back then. And it was whole shit was pink. There's a woman. Her name is Janelle. Like she was a model then and an actress, but now she's like a Big Brother all-star. So it's just like a lot of really pretty girls and stuff. But then Ron Jeremy. So it was just.
I was gonna ask you. Do you remember?
Damn, the one he just stayed in that building. He's like, possibilities are endless.
I mean, he owned it. It's a condo. So.
Oh shit! So it was his building.
Yeah, it wasn't an apartment building. It wasn't an apartment building. That. I feel like he would have been kicked out if it was an apartment. Like if he wasn't paying, like, shit, he would.
I was gonna ask you. Do you remember watching The Girls Next Door?
Yes.
When was that? A little bit. 2006, right, or something like that. Was it like that? Was it that the vibe that he gave? Was it a whole different? Because I remember watching. You're like, well, he has 3 girlfriends. You're like a kid. You're like, that's
no.
So dope.
I'm
not gonna lie. I thought it was so dope. I'm like, bro, they're all fucking hot.
There was like, I want to be.
There were 7 girlfriends.
Damn, but only 3 of them made it.
And then they whittled it down to 3.
I'm gonna come.
But
and what's crazy is he can fuck around, but they can't. Like he had these specific rules, bro. But, if they found you with anyone else, like a picture of anyone,
they'll lock you out of the house. Like the bunny built the bunny house next door. They're not even like the girlfriends. There were such strict rules. Like, you can't have a boyfriend. There's a curfew. If you miss it, they will lock your ass out of the house. So,
yeah, it was like. It looked like, I don't know. To me, it seemed like they had so much freedom. Nah, these guys had
every second was accounted for.
Yeah.
You never got approached with like some reality TV, like a Real World or something like that?
Yes, and because due to
I can see you on the Real World.
Due to my first career, I didn't want. It was just too juicy. Like I was trying to like start a whole different life, and back then we didn't have Cardi B's where like. Everything's celebrated. You do some scandalous naked shit. It's celebrated. Before it was like you're really shamed for it, and how dare you try to be better. And so I just really wanted people to forget about it for a long time. I'm good with it now. I'm fine with it now. But it used to really like cut me to my core when someone would bring it up because it was almost like it felt to me like I understand how you're not supposed to like dead name someone because. It really like fucked with me. People would do it on purpose, like say my old stage name and stuff like that, because the idea was to paralyze me. It was to make fun of me. It was to shame me. All this stuff. So it's not quite the same because it's a little bit different, but I do. It's kind of relatable. I remember one time I went to a party on my own invite. It's like very upper people there, and I'm having a great time, and I'm like. Gaslighting myself and thinking I belong, all that stuff. And I see these people, I've sensed it, and they're coming downstairs, 2 girls and a guy, and they're smiling. They're kind of like, giggling, like when they talk about you.
I know something.
Yeah. And they come by me and they just laugh, like mockingly, say my old stage name, and walk off. And I literally, it felt like someone punched me in the stomach. And I wasn't, I was younger then. It was still fresh, and I didn't know how to handle all that stuff, and like I wish I could have been like go fuck you, but I didn't. I acted like a little bitch. I went in the bathroom, I cried hysterically, and then I snuck out and went home. So it's just like things were just so different back then, you know.
Fools, they weren't embracing that, like
no.
So like people used to speak. I want to say like women like at that from that time will be like, hey, like the whole era was not embraced, dog. You know what I mean? Like, how now they'll be like, yeah, like embrace that shit. You go after a breakup, like your girls will be like, yeah, man, let me embrace this whole era you about to go through and shit. There was no empowering this shit.
Like, look, I've slept with 1,000 guys, and like back then it was like girls didn't say that. They like you had to multiply.
It's only
times
3.
3.
It's always 3.
You have to multiply times 3. No, but I remember as a guy, if a girl told you 4, I'm gonna be like, you multiply times 3. Apple pie, American pie logic.
So
Apple
for
pie logic.
For
Yeah,
instance, like
Apple pie math.
the Body Shop just opened.
Yeah.
They just reopened. All of those girls have no problem being on social media because they're like, fuck, let's make some money. We would have never done. You had a stage name for a reason. If someone called you that stage name outside, you just kept walking, because back then you could do some weird shit. Moved somewhere with some guy and never, like, people would never know. And honestly, like, I didn't know what the internet was. I had no idea. I thought I was just like, this doesn't bother me. I had no idea people were going to see that shit till the end of fucking time. Remember, did you ever see Tom and Pam, that thing when they're like, what's the internet? I don't know. And they're freaking out. Like, what, they don't understand. That was me. That was actually almost triggering to watch. I'm like, I remember that day, and that day sucked.
So who showed you your picture that you didn't want out? They were like, yo, what the fuck?
Somebody came into, because at the time I was still dancing and I was a very famous stripper. Long time ago when the earth was cooling. And so, like, gather around, children. I'll tell you about AOL. It had a dial tone. It had a little dial tone. So this guy, he was a fan, and he's like, I made a website for you. I'm like, what's a web? I didn't know what a web. No, but here's the thing.
That's so
I didn't know.
I
didn't know what a website was. I had at the time all I did was work, and I was like, I didn't do. So I used to get mad because I didn't actually understand what Mac was, because I would be calling the makeup store and they'd always connect me to the. I'm like, what is this? Is this a joke? I was like furious. I was like, no, it's makeup. It's makeup. Like, no, it's not. I'm like, yes, it is. It's makeup. And I was losing my mind because I had no idea, because I didn't know what a fucking computer was. So, I just made money. I just paid other people to do that shit. So I was just like, what do you mean? What? And he showed me. He's like, go look at this. And I had to go, they used to have like cafes because we didn't have Kinko's yet.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
cafe.
Nobody really had that shit in their house. You know what I mean?
Okay,
like, what are you,
for
rich?
all the young people out there, internet cafe was like literally like a library with computers, and people went in there. Some people jerked off
with
at
their
night.
floppy disks.
Yeah, people did crazy weird
I still
shit.
remember
They were
using
open
a floppy
24
disk.
hours. They used to be open 24 hours sometimes.
Yeah,
That motherfucker.
It took a really long time.
So you went into the
download
internet
anything.
cafe. He logs in. You were like,
no,
what?
I logged in with my friend because obviously I didn't go hang out.
Oh, so he gave you the credentials, and he was like,
no, he was like, he just gave me the web address.
Okay.
Which I didn't even know. I was like, how do you put this in? How do you turn it on? Like, I'm clueless about this. And we're trying to figure it out, and it goes up. And mind you, it takes a long time to download. But when it does, I'm like, oh, there I am in all my glory. I'm always like, whoa. I'm like,
I'm in public.
No.
What the fuck?
Fuck. And so it's really weird because people do say, well, you posed for the picture. I'm like, yes, I posed for the picture and got paid once for that photo to be in that magazine. It's different, like, if they pass around the magazine. It's a whole different thing. Like, now you've shown it to the entire universe. I
didn't get paid for that. Did they tell you?
Not even that I didn't get paid for it, but I wasn't mentally prepared for that. You know what I mean? Like, that's such a violation. I didn't agree to that.
They tell you. I mean, I know
we didn't know what it was.
And I know you probably didn't sign a contract, but did they say this might go on the internet? And you kind of like, oh, I don't care. I don't know.
No, because they didn't know what it was either.
Oh, the producer.
A fan made this website.
Oh, so the fan uploaded like as in like a scanning machine?
No, they took the pictures and like they were in violation of copyright.
Oh,
yeah,
so
because they
that's what I mean.
scanned that shit in.
That's what I mean. You
Yeah,
scanned
so
it
that's
in,
when you actually could sue for copyright. Now it's like, it is what it. Well, you'd be, unless you're richer than God, it doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, why you're gonna be poor? Because you know, exactly. You know what I mean? Exactly. So it's that was a shock. That was a real shock.
And then what'd you do? Did you go tell people? Did you tell them?
I called my lawyer.
Hold on, first
I called
she
my
cried,
lawyer
bro.
and I cried hysterically. Yeah. I was furious, and then I took all my ill-gotten gain and got a lawyer. And
you sued him?
I had them take it down.
I didn't just a bystander. He was just a bystander.
Well, no, because
he was a creep, man.
Well, originally,
he was still subscribed, dog.
Yeah, like he bought the magazines.
Well, also, he thought I'd be pleased.
No, yeah, he didn't know.
It was like, I made this for him. But now when you think about it, like, oh, he was making me a website? Like, how nice of you.
Like, now you'd be like, please, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, right? But he thought I'd be pleased. It was more like I made this for you, more than, and then I like lost my mind. But it's been a struggle with that, honestly, until this very day. I can't remember what it is. I'd have to look to my phone. It's a streetwear thing. I guess I don't know whose it is. Someone told me it's popular, and they have a picture of me from Lowrider magazine from a cover, and I never signed anything for that. And I guess they sold
I've seen
a lot
that
of
shirt.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've
right?
seen that shirt. And I think the company it is something like Street something, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
I never signed for that.
You'll see that shirt sometimes. It's very rare, but you'll see it at the swap meet, fool. At the fool who sells like lowrider shit or like the Psycho Realm t-shirts.
No, but
like,
yeah, well, if it's different, if it's like I don't really care so much if it's like a knockoff lowrider thing. But someone told me that they like literally they make a shit ton of money, and I was like.
But they got bootleg too. Like they shirt is so popular that like you'll see people that'll just be like, oh, it's a bootleg. It's like how you see.
Well, I saw one where it was like me, and then I saw another one where they kind of demonized my face a little bit. It's like it's not her. So maybe that was it.
Facetune.
But yeah. And then they're like, you should say something. I'm like, honestly, it's already done. You know, honestly, I'm like, if you're saying it's as popular as it is, you kind of like gave me some street cred. I'm like, I'm back in the mix. You know what I mean?
Be like, yo, give me $50.
Well, I was like, I don't even think it's worth at this point. Like, how much does it honestly make? You know, is it worth? The lawyer would cost more than I would get from them. But I would like, if I did say anything, I was like, no, next time just ask me.
So
I have better pictures than that. You know what I mean? We could collab here. Like, why?
So you're talking about pictures. I got a question. How do they pay you when you did Playmate? Is that one-time issue? You get make $1 million. Royalty. Your picture could kill. Yeah.
Yeah. When I did, because I think I'm done. There's more than just U.S. Playboy, so they're everywhere. And I did like newsstands and stuff like that. So they give you. But newsstands, they don't really pay you anything. It's just the experience. But they just write a check. You just get a check. For when I did my pictorial was a celebrity pictorial. They had a very loose definition of celebrity. They're like, shit passes. So they paid my manager, and it was one lump sum. And the funny thing is my manager was like, no, we need this, you know, you pay before the dance. We're not going to send her out there. So they gave me the money. I shot the thing. They held it in trust. And then after the thing, I got my money. It takes a while from the time you shoot before it comes out, because there's, you know, pecking order to things, there's politics, all that stuff. So Hef had no problem with me having the cover in America, but the other girls did, because they knew that I danced. They knew that I'd shot for other magazines. And as far as they were concerned, it wasn't fair. I was a porn star, which I'm not a porn star. But they really fucked it for me. And
so these girls are, it's like what is it? What's
that was the culture though, because they really kind of, you know, imagine taking a group of girls that want to do something and then fucking with their head so much that you're pitting them against each other all the time. You know what I mean? Like, and all your worth is a magazine cover. Everything's based on your physicality, and you are susceptible to that when you're younger. I think that's why you see so many people like being angry about it, because, you know, it's a hard thing to realize that you didn't respect yourself and you let people treat you like trash, and you let people hold a prize like. You know, this like, it's such a prize, and I don't think there's anything wrong with posing for the magazine. I think it is, you know, a big thing, but I don't think if you don't get in it doesn't mean you're not worth anything. And that was kind of a lot of, that's how they got that, because then you're going to go to all the parties because you might get in. You're going to say yes to Hef's friend because you might get in the magazine. And I was like, why is it such a high commodity to be in this fucking magazine? And so when I was younger, I tried to do a Playmate. There's this one old bitch. She went down the list of like, you're fat, you're this, you're that. And I was like, oh, and I left. And that's why I did all the other stuff. I'm like, Leah, I'm going to go the other way. And then when I got my celebrity pictorial, that was like my biggest fuck you, not to Hugh Hefner, but to Playboy Enterprises. Because they were just awful. They were so fucking awful. And I'm like, instead of paying me for a Playmate, now you got to pay me 3 times more, you fucking idiot. So I was like, ha. So that was like good for me. And then they try to threaten me, and they're like, we're not going to put out your magazine because they like holding my past over me. And I'm like, you guys had a meeting with me, and I saw that you printed out my IMDb. I saw you had I saw all the stuff you had. You chose not to look at it. And now the girls are making a stink. So now you're trying to say that I won't get my pictorial. And I said, I don't care. You're not getting the money back. So I don't give a fuck. Nobody needs to see my tits again because all it's going to make them think about is back then. And that's the last thing I need. So you're doing me a favor. I hope those things never see the light of day. And then there they were. Then they printed them. I don't think they've ever had someone say they don't care. I'm like, good. I hope they burn. You know that thing? Like, did I stutter? Burn it.
Like you said, I already had the money, so.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not giving it back. It's your bad. So, I don't need to see. I didn't see one more picture of me naked. The world doesn't need it. There's a whole bunch of them.
That guy that made your website's arguing with you right now.
Yeah, he's probably like real mad. He's like, he's gonna listen if he's still alive. He's just gonna be like, yeah, she fucked me over.
He made you a digital shrine, pretty much.
He did.
Like he's like, I thought you might like this.
Kind of, yeah.
Mickey, I thought you might like this.
But yeah, spittle coming out.
Where has like your career like through all the modeling and dancing, like where's like the most interesting places that it has taken you?
Oh Jesus, I don't know.
Dubai.
I've never been to Dubai because I don't know. Just Dubai sounds
You ever been
very
on any party on an island?
Sounds weird. I've never gone to a party on an island.
Too many stories about Dubai. We're like, I don't even want to go.
I would be nervous.
I'm always I have been invited to those things, and I'm not stupid. I'm like, why would I not doing that?
Once you're there, you're there.
Yeah,
you're in
well,
Dubai.
No,
that's the equivalent of like you needing a door to get out of the building.
Yeah,
remember,
you're there.
like
You're there.
Yeah, you have to understand though. For like most, I went from like being very sheltered to going to Santa Barbara for college, and deciding stripping was easier than college, and it was very.
You went to a party school though.
I did, and in the 90s too. It was in the 90s too. But I mean, I looked like I was 12 when I was 18. So, but it was because I was so young-minded and also not experienced with the world, it's very formative. So you have to think like, I naturally have anxiety. I didn't know what it was back then. Now I know it's just a lot of anxiety. So all I saw were people that worked in a strip club, and so and nothing really else, like school, but I was like terrified of school because there's too many people there, so I was just very quiet, and like I would see the worst of people. So I just, for the longest time, I don't look at people and see the good in people. I look at them and I'm looking like, where's the exits? What do they hold? I can't help it because it's like a survival mechanism that's like, I have to check. It's very hard for me to trust people. I'll like you and I'll be friendly, but like it's like, I gotta go to my house. Do I come out? Like, no. I had a lunch meeting the other day. It was for business. The guy wanted to pick me up for it. I'm like, oh no.
I got my own car.
We will. I would walk. Like no. And the thing is, I have no idea. He might be a nice guy. I don't know you. Why are you trying to pick me up and take? Like I don't know you. And
even that offer.
And you're a fucking and you're a comedian. Like I don't trust comedians.
You're definitely not getting picked up in a nice car.
Yeah, they're like. you have to admit, comedians are pretty feral. You know what I mean? Male boy comedians are pretty nasty. So
that's funny as hell.
They're gross. Like you need your shots after you get too close to them. Like it's like
tetanus shot before you go.
It's so sad when you see like a really hot one. You're like, what a waste. Damn. It's like a tall one, like hot, and you're like, such a waste. Such a waste.
You hope it's just a phase.
Oh, you've been doing this for 6 years?
Yeah, bro. Like
the 10-year one at the open mic. Oh no.
Yeah, 10. Bro, the open mics are like that. You can see some shit in those open mics.
You see sadness. You see a lot of fucking sadness.
Yeah, you do.
All the time.
Remember that one time we saw when we did those open mics? We saw that that one guy who was up there talking shit to his dad or something, like, and he thought it was funny, but you could tell it was something behind.
Oh, he was.
Where
just
was his dad in the room?
Emoting.
No, like he was just like
I'm mad at my dad. I hate you.
Like that.
Like yeah, dude. Like
Oh
just
my God.
like
It's like
just-
school shooter vibes.
Yeah.
Everybody in
awful.
there was school shooter vibes, to be honest with you.
especially the Britney Spears guy.
Yeah. So we went to an open mic. We've talked about this, but it was an open mic, but it really wasn't an open mic. It was like an like an
LGBT.
It was Spotlight Sunday.
It was an LGBT.
People doing
mic.
like drag and singing, and meanies are
Spoken word.
Yeah.
And meanies on our next, and we're about to like.
You gotta buy fucking
We
bread.
got LGBTQ jokes, we got fat people jokes, and he's like, "You're gonna do your fat people jokes?" There's like 3 fat girls in the front,
They know they're fat.
and I was
I'm
like,
just kidding. That's so mean. See what you guys are doing to me?
They do though.
You spent an hour and a half here, and you're already toxic.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no.
Yeah. So tell her.
What?
I thought you were in the middle of the story.
Sorry.
Yeah,
No, that
keep
was
telling your
just a
fat
story.
girl jokes.
No, it was just a story that we went, and it was more like it wasn't an open mic. It was like you said, an open Sunday where people just went. And
I hate-
It was just you're there, and we already bought the coffee, so we're already kind of committed because you have to buy coffee to do the open mic.
Just go out with it.
No, at that point we're like, yo,
They need to hear my joke.
Yeah.
You're like the girls that like you know what I mean? Like he already put out the cocaine, so obviously like I had to just
but
stay.
You are that girl. You would be that girl, dude. I'd be like, dude, we have to leave.
But they put Coke out.
I'm a man, and I've stayed because of Coke.
You're like, I'm
I'm like,
leaving.
yo,
No,
I
I'm
need to
not.
not leave. There's like blow here.
I'm not tired no more.
He's like leaning over like this while he does it. Just he's like, I'm
me
not
rack it up
gay.
for
He's
you
like, I'm
guys.
not gay, but I just I'm respectful to the house.
I love this high rise.
He's too good at that.
Like, I had to go, but the vibe here is just
The vibe.
it. Yeah.
Just great vibes.
Yeah, bro. I bet like you've been invited to some crazy parties though.
I have, but when it comes to stuff like, oh, we're going to an island or we're going to Dubai or that shit, it's an all. You always have those girls that like they never can pay for like their part of the meal, but somehow they're always going like Africa. You want to go to Africa?
Oh, those are the girls that
next
go missing. Those are the
week? Africa, bitch.
I had a girl.
You asked, like I legitimately, a woman asked me what I was doing in a week's time because there was a girl trip to Africa, and I'm like,
Who the fuck just does that?
hookers. I don't know, but like, I was just like,
Hookers?
I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm too mean to be a hooker. You know what I mean? Like I'm just not. I would be the worst because I'm not a nice person. So I'm like, you guys go have fun, but Africa. So many trips to Dubai. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm business. I'm like, no, what kind of business? What kind of business are you doing in Dubai?
It's exactly the questions I would be asking, bro.
Person that, like, I'm sorry. Like,
Be like, we got elephants in the zoo here, bitch. What the fuck do I gotta go to Africa for? It's hot over there. I need shots to get over there.
No, and
They have AIDS.
No, and that's how they entice you. One of
We
them
got
tells
AIDS.
one of them tells all her little friends to come, and now they're there.
yeah, it's
and-
called trafficking.
It's called Ghislaine Maxwell. You just got Ghislaine.
Yeah, who was throwing that party? Just
Yeah, not.
Ghislaine,
come to
Ghislaine.
the
Yeah,
Giselle
Africa,
ball.
I was like, I'm not that dumb. I'm not going on these things.
It's funny
not,
'cause-
it's not happening.
Not the same.
Now no one will invite me because I'm old, but you know.
Not the same at all. But I did have a girl that was like wanted to take me to Barcelona recently, and I was just like,
Barcelona's a normal place, honey.
but like I didn't want to like. I
like
don't
you.
know this girl that well.
Oh.
He's like,
Yeah.
he's
How
nice.
soon? How
You're like,
how
I
long?
don't. You didn't want to have to put out.
Kinda, yeah. I
Oh,
was like,
this is the rich one, right?
the
Yeah,
more or
she's
less,
balling. Yeah.
And I was just like, she's very nice, but just like not enough things were clicking for me. Like on a personal.
Barcelona.
She's like that girl from Her. You're not just gonna fuck me and leave me. Yeah, you should have just like upped her ante and be like, you know what? Barcelona's cool, but I've always wanted to go to Japan.
That's when you can. Use
Yeah, that's when you
can use your.
You reverse, dog.
No, I got
First class to Japan,
By
dude.
the way,
Fuck Barcelona.
if she respects you, she's not going to pressure you. You can go a lot of places and not have to pay the piper.
No, I think he'll cave in. I think he'll cave in.
I would feel bad. I'm-
Yeah, he has a guilty conscience
but not-
already.
You should just be treated like a lady, be extra nice to her. Like people sometimes girls forget about stuff.
I don't
They're
know.
actually
She-
polite.
She just wants a lot. She just wants a lot.
Let her take her
Like,
fucking selfies with you. You don't even got a pipe, dude.
Ugh,
Like, let her post it on her stupid Facebooks or
The
her.
thing where they hold the hands and
Yeah.
they're dragging
oh
it.
my god, that should.
Oh, it's so awful.
Tell her that you want to do this new thing called being celibate.
I'm practicing.
Tell her you
practicing
just
for monkhood.
recently found Jesus Christ.
Listen, I'm trying to become a monk, so.
I feel like
bust out the Bible
she'd try
in the plane.
harder.
Huh?
She would try harder.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
Yeah,
you probably
you
would
can't
be-
say no to a woman. and
You
it's
know
a-
what? No, she probably put the fishing reel out, bro. But you forgot there was like 3 of them. So she's like, this one didn't bite. So there's like 2 other trips, and there's like one of them's gonna bite. You're just in the mix.
Rock, you go to
Because if she hasn't hit you back up, it's like, hey, that trip.
She's hit me
somebody
back up.
about the trip.
She just texted me today.
About the trip.
Not about
Does
the
she
trip.
listen to this? Watch this podcast?
I don't know, but I mean, I'm not saying any names, and I'm not talking shit, so I'm not too worried
So
about it.
apparently there's like 10 girls trying to fly him out.
All I'm saying, Rock, is if you go,
I'm not.
But
you will if you go,
You got to shove an apple tracker up her ass so we can
You
keep.
will walk out of the shower one of those days and she will be naked with like, yo.
Naked woman?
Yeah.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah, if you go to Barcelona.
You're making her sound like she's Weinstein or something. Just like super
No,
creepy.
no, it's more so. It's just I feel bad because like
She doesn't even look like Hillary Clinton, bro. She's like.
Do you feel bad because you feel she's going to want an actual relationship?
it's 100% that.
Okay.
Oh, she's gonna want a baby. That's what you're scared of.
Not that so much, but just what? What do we?
Oh, she can't have babies. She's like already.
No, I think that.
What? Did you? All right, Rock. Yeah.
That's what I look like.
No, it's just it's one of those things. Like I'm not trying to be mean to anybody. It's just like it's not there for me. And I tried, and I'm just. She's very sweet.
When you know, you know.
You know
See
what
how
I
you
mean?
feel-
When you
but,
don't
but
know,
it was like
you know, yeah.
she
You know
did
what, Rock?
want, like a lot.
See how you
upfront,
feel about it
too.
on the first of the month. You know what I'm saying? And then you.
I get good money. I'm fine.
Like maybe that stripper fucking that Gene what is it clicks in. You remember what George says all the time? He's like, "Yo, first of the month, they're down."
No, that's DJ Will.
Yeah, we're-
always
yeah,
goes-
Will.
DJ Will always goes to the strip club at the end of the month because he knows the price is a different price than.
Oh,
Jesus
you'll get away
Christ.
with a lot of
Yeah.
touching.
Yeah, DJ Will. My homie said, "Oh, dude,
He was amazing when he said that, and I was like,
Great
bro.
logic, though.
he's a strip
Supply
club
and
regular.
demand.
He's a strip club regular. He knows his way around the strip club. He's like, yeah, whatever I got.
Remember, he's
On the
like,
first, I don't get on the 29th. Different prices, different times.
he's like different prices, different girls.
Yeah. When I was in Texas, you know how like the Kill Tony show's like sponsored by a strip club? I can't remember.
Is it the Yellow Rose?
Yeah, so we went there with like a bunch of the boys and one girl that's on the show, which I won't mention her name. And I said, I'm like, I don't think you want to do this. Because she's just not that girl. It goes with, it's not her. And I don't think you want to do this. She goes, no, it'll be fun. We'll go. And one of the guys like touched, it's a bikini bar for God's sake, like touched her. And she was like, that's assault. I'm like, you can't.
Ma'am.
And she got so upset, and I felt so bad for her because she just never experienced it. And I had to pull her aside and like, first of all, the girls know all these guys. They're regulars. Secondly, it's a bikini bar. Thirdly, and a stripper doesn't want you to touch her, the whole room knows. Like, she was fine with it. Also, it was the first of the month. I'm like, bitch, got bills to pay. You can't tell her how to make money. Like,
Oh, she was trying to defend some girl?
she was trying.
Oh, so it wasn't
but the
that
girl,
she
but
got
the,
touched?
No, but
Touched.
but the girl
Whoa.
didn't ask. She was trying to defend some girl,
Yeah.
some dancer on stage, which it's very sweet. But I'm like, don't do that. You don't know how she makes her money, and it's none of your business.
And that might be her main dude because they all have that.
Oh, it definitely wasn't. Oh, it definitely
that
was.
comes
Yeah.
in and that
It
comes-
was pretty. What the problem was, he didn't know what to say, and it just flew out of his mouth. He's like, it's okay. They don't like, basically like they're used to it, and she was just highly offended.
Yeah, it made it
But
even
like,
worse.
there's nothing he could have said to make it better, which I do understand. But I was just like, you can't defend people when they don't ask for it, and like now you're making a stink. So now it's like you're fucking with her money. She can defend herself.
It's one of
She'll
those.
defend, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's bouncers
exasperating.
here. It's not your job.
Yeah, she's just exasperating the situation
It
by
was
getting
bad.
involved. Yeah.
It was bad. I really felt bad for her because it was like her first experience, like in the gray. You know, it was like a lot of us live in the gray.
Welcome to hell.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like where fucking self-esteem died. You know?
So so you were saying that back then it was shamed upon.
Frowned upon.
Frowned upon.
Do you remember?
Shamed upon.
It was shamed upon.
Do you remember when it kind of started to change? Was it, you mentioned Cardi B, obviously we're now where it's different. Do you remember when you're like, oh, dude, this isn't what it used to
On the mic, fool.
I mean, I would say, I remember I got hired for a Pepsi commercial with Nick Lachey, and then he outed me, like he couldn't work with me because, yeah. And but see,
What?
yeah.
What
but
a
here's the
bitch.
thing.
All right, man.
Yes, but here's the thing. I was like,
He
so
didn't
you're
deserve
the-
Jessica
No,
Simpson.
but
Fuck him.
I was like, so you're the pervert that has the magazine and knows, but I'm the problem.
Because I'm the content.
That's ridiculous. Like, no one knew until you said something.
Weird
so
double standard.
you're in your mind. I didn't realize I was that famous. You think the whole world knows who I am on site? That's ridiculous. So at that one, and then also, I did a Super Bowl commercial. I can't remember which one it was. Super Bowl commercial for Visa, and we shot the whole thing. And come the day of the game, while my friends are there, it's back when you could like buy a house with a commercial. They paid really well, and there's a kiss and they pull away and it's not me. It's like my clothes. It's not me. They replaced me and I lost it. And then my agent's like, I wanted to talk to you before, but like you've been gone. And they replaced me because there's a scene in it where the guy's envisioning his girlfriend as like American Beauty, like she's just amazing. So it's a bed scene and the pillows, the rose petals are on her. Now, the magazine that I had a contract with, that was the theme and it was a cover, and it's just bad timing that it was out at the same time. But I honestly, I really did think only perverts want to look at this stuff. The real world doesn't look at it. So it's just too soon. And the guy that was doing the lighting, he recognized me. He went on his own lunchtime to go get the magazine, bring it to set, show everyone from Visa, show everyone on set. Now, if that had happened in modern times, I could sue the fuck out of everybody. But all that happened is they quietly replaced me, and I got yelled at by my agent. What
the fuck?
Damn.
Yeah. So it's almost like I wish I still had that call sheet. I mean, what are the statutes of limitations on that? You know what I mean?
7 years.
Like, it's definitely more than 7 years.
Yeah.
More like 27 years. But it was really, but that stuff would happen all the time because it took time for, I had to work a lot for people to like either don't know or know and just they don't care. Like she shows up to work, she's on time, those are fucking lines. What of it? It took a really long time, and it took a really long time of me showing who I actually am versus what you think I am, because I took a picture.
Do you keep in contact with any of the people like in the modeling world or in the I guess
like
that's
which modeling world
like or just
the
I
OG
mean either
modeling world?
and like from that part of your life, because you're doing comedy now, so it's like how involved are you in the modeling world these days?
I don't really model that much. I just did some, Lucky, right? So like
brand?
Luciano. So I modeled these. Madonna had these bomber jackets made a long time ago, and I guess she wanted new ones. So that's how I'm remembering the story. And so he asked me if I wanted to model them. So I was like, yeah, sure. You don't say no to Madonna, of course.
Fuck no.
I canceled the show for it. I'm like, sorry, I'm not coming. It's Madonna. Yeah, I mean, I was supposed to shoot for a foreign Playboy, and I'm not gonna say which one, but I kept pushing it back because I'm like, I'm fat, I can't do it. I'm like, I'll lose weight, because I used to be able to lose weight really easy. Just give me a couple weeks, and I'm like, no, it's not going anywhere. I'm getting fatter.
Okay, so
I'm getting fatter and fatter and fatter and fatter.
I got one question.
Huh?
You might not know because you're not kind of in the scene, but is Ozempic taking over like the modeling scene as well? Because we got a couple comics that we know. I'm like, yo, you looking a little skinny, homegirl. Good for you, but we think it's Ozempic.
So I went to go get my hair done a few weeks ago, and I walked in. I was bad. I hadn't gone in a very long time to get my roots done. My hairdresser goes, Rachel, Ozempic?
Jesus.
And we triggered everybody in the room, because I was even worse. I was like, oh, thank you. I'm like, really? I'm like, do I look a little, emaciated? He goes, in the best way possible. You're just like, you know what I mean? Like, and it was so wrong. It was so wrong. We were kidding, obviously. And he's like, how much? But I did lose 15 pounds, but it's just like.
You look good sick.
I do look, death becomes me well, though, I will say. It really does.
Because I was telling him, I have a homeboy that literally just did stand-up with George Perez, and he said he got off stage, they did a little kick it after, and some girl went in there and offered him Ozempic.
Because he was fat? That's mean.
Yeah.
That's so awful.
But that's not the point of the story. I'm like, they're literally they're literally selling.
It was kind of funny though.
But you don't know what it is.
Yeah, why? No.
He looks like Earl St. Clair though.
Shout out to Tom 3 Play Tommy.
Yeah,
he doesn't need it.
You can go to the doctor and get it.
I do agree, but it's just crazy how it's on the black market. It's kind of cocaine,
everything is.
Fool, people sell it at the tailgate.
You can buy breast milk on the black market.
Wait, huh?
You can buy breast milk on the black market. You didn't know that?
I mean, I kind of feel like if you can imagine it, it's happening.
Yeah, it's
Okay, stop.
you can have it.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I just said it was
What is it? Rule 34. If it exists, there's porn about it. Is that what the internet rule?
Rule 34. What was Rule 33 and 35?
There's a bunch of internet rules, and I think it's either internet rule 34 or something. It's in the 30s, but it's like if it exists, a porn exists for it, and then the following rule is if it doesn't already exist, a porn will exist for it.
Oh,
Like
wow.
it's just there's porn everything for every fucking theme and genre.
It takes up most of the internet. I think most of the
Straight up.
70% porn.
Xavier, you do aware that
Space
you do
aliens are
understand
like,
that
"What's
the mic
wrong
is
with
in
this?"
front of you, right? It's in front, not like on the side. Like the mic is in
I like
front.
to talk to people like this, so I might have to move.
Yeah, like just put the mic in
You
front.
can move the mic wherever you want.
Just
You can hold it like you're doing stand up.
like the people in the chat are they're just like, hey, like why did we?
Look at him. You're upsetting him. You're triggering him. He's upset.
Sad.
You guys
Yeah.
are mean. You bullies.
Yeah, I'm like off the mic.
It's weird when you're telling a story and you're like, hey,
better
what's up?
mics. Then we might need some better mics. I don't think Dr. Green Thumbs.
You're gonna have to
I think
laugh
Dr.
him.
You know why? You know why it
Yeah.
doesn't happen at Green Thumbs? Because people put their headphones on.
That's not
You
why.
know what I
I'm
mean?
literally 2 inches away, and according to people can't hear it. It has to be the mic. Dog, there's no way that you have to be like, hey,
It's a very directional mic.
then we need an
No, we're not buying a new mic just
I'll
because
buy
you
it.
don't know how to fucking use a regular microphone, bro.
Literally bugging people that I
Just,
go like,
just put like a mask and the mic's in the mask.
well, that's part of the thing. People literally go like, oh my god, that was crazy.
It's one thing not knowing how to speak
Can't
proper English.
believe it.
Huh?
What? I don't know.
How's that proper English?
No, I'm saying it's one thing. It's one thing not knowing how to speak proper English, but not knowing how to use a mic. This is getting out of hand, bro.
You can
not
start
even
yelling too if you
You
want.
guys are out of control.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Anyway, you can buy breast milk.
And bath water.
Breast milk, bath water, and you can buy all kinds of things on the internet. But I don't think you should buy fake Ozempic.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I know someone that got some. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, no,
Someone that got some, and he stopped. Thank God, but he was getting a goiter on his neck,
Ugh.
and it would move like it was a thyroid issue. So it would be like a big one here, and then it was like here on
It's
his.
like a
and
little
then
toad.
yeah, and
Ugh.
I don't want to tell people how to live anyone's life, but I was like, you might not want to do that. It makes your throat hurt. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, dude, you'll fuck with your thyroid, which is not good, and also it like. You're getting sick. Like it'll make you sick. It's not for you.
Just don't do black market medicine, man.
It's like, well, also it's not for him. You know what I mean? Like
oh, that part.
he wanted to lose 5 pounds. It's not for you. You know what I mean? Like
Quit eating bread for a month.
you know, it's
or
like,
just eating.
Well,
eat
that's
strategically.
also not good suggestions, E-Zone.
Yeah.
get IBS. You'll be really skinny.
Just
Stress out a
eat
lot.
laxatives.
Wow.
Stress out
That
a
shit.
lot.
Fool, that you can die from that shit.
You guys, I didn't know you were okay. So obviously I was in a girl group and wanted to be very skinny all the time, and a guy I was dating used to surf, and he's like, oh, take these. Because no girl can poop on her own, almost never. And then so he's like, take these. And they're called Ducalex, and they're little pills. He gave me 4 of them.
Ducalex.
I know. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. But he gave me 4 of them. He said, take these. You'll be straight. It's fine. I take them before I go surfing. So I'm like, because he's in the water all the time. He's like, you don't want to get the bubble guts. And I was like, okay, cool. I, stupid ass, didn't read anything. I took all 4 of them. And then that was like my ritual. Like at 6 o'clock, I start winding up and lotion on, take the thing, go to bed. I was like, go to bed really early because I didn't want to age. And just, crap myself when I woke up.
Jesus Christ.
But I was so skinny. I was exactly what they wanted me to be.
So-
and I got used to it. Like my body got used to it. So it wasn't even working after a while. And there was one time so I was a pussycat doll. And so Melody and I drove, picked her up, and we weren't allowed to eat junk food. And we were really, really strict with this. And so we snuck it because it was like 5 a.m. because we were driving to Vegas for Divas Live. And so let's sneak it. Christmas, if we're up this early, we deserve a breakfast sandwich. We've been eating so healthy. No, that was already a bad idea. My Ducalex didn't work that morning. I'm like, oh well. I eat McDonald's. I ate McDonald's breakfast. We get on this fucking bus. It's a tour bus because Jimmy Ivey's like, it'll be fun. I'm like, oh God, this would be horrible. 6 hours with everybody on a bus. And I'm already kind of not feeling well. And I go to the back because you're not supposed to do poops on a tour bus. But this was an emergency.
Yeah.
And he got the one with no toilet.
Oh.
What the fuck?
when? You're like, when does this ever happen?
Richie Valence's tour bus?
This is Inner Scope. This is Jimmy Iovine, Ron Fair. And there's no toilet on this fucking bitch. Are you kidding me right now? I was like, no, but girls pee every 5 seconds. I was like, what is this? What is this? This is...
Because you guys are drinking. Obviously, I know
hood
this is
hippie.
ridiculous. So it's super early in the morning, Robin, the woman that created everything, she has all this like fruit there. And normally I don't think she cares for breakfast, but we were all together. So she's being very motherly and she's like, eat something. And I was like, no, I'm good. Which normally... I'm not told to eat. I'm told to not eat things. So I was like, who are you? And it's fruit. It's fucking fruit in the morning. If anybody you don't know, like fruit in the morning, it's really good
flushing.
for your, it's a lot of flushing. So I've already taken the pills, 4 of them. You're only supposed to take 1, I found out. By the way, you're only supposed to take 1. I'm taking 4 for like the longest time. And I've taken the things. I've had McDonald's. I'm already feeling sick. And then I have to eat. Like mom told me to eat fruit in front of everybody. I'm like, it's so delicious. And I am just like, oh God. Oh God. And I'm like, oh no. And I had to go up to Jimmy and we had cameras because they were like shooting behind the scenes things. And I was like whispering in his ear. I'm like, Jimmy, you have to stop. We have to stop thing. And he's like, why? I'm like, I'm going to shit myself. And he just looks at me. Can you imagine telling Jimmy, I mean, you have to poop? It's really uncomfortable. It's really not fun. Wasn't fun. I was really embarrassed. And he just looks at me like, can you hold it? I'm like, no. Like literally, like I didn't even care if there was a bathroom. I had to get off this thing. And so he's like, you'll be okay. And then my stomach goes, and he goes, oh gosh, okay, so we're gonna get through it. So I go, I'm running, I'm literally practically like holding my butt cheeks together because I'm like, I'm scared of myself. And I go in there. You ever see South Park where Kenny dies on the toilet because he's explosive diarrhea and he says, look,
Yeah.
that was 1,000% me. 1,000% me. It was already horrible. It was already embarrassing. I wanted to die. And what do I see? At the time, there were too many girls in the Pussycat Dolls, and I see all their little feet.
Coming.
And they're there. And I'm like, you guys don't have to be like, are you okay? I'm like,
Get
no.
out.
I'm like, get out. Look away. And it was like bridesmaids for real though, because they're like, you can tell they don't want to be there. And I'm like, save yourself. Just, you don't need to be here you don't have to hold my hand through this. Please leave. And they're like, oh my God.
I mean, I know obviously they didn't, but the camera crew didn't try to capture it.
No, if they did, it'd be fucking gold. But I was like, the camera crew didn't know. If they did, they never let on that they knew, but it was awful.
Ugh.
It was awful.
Like a straight Dumb and Dumber bathroom moment.
It was the worst. I was so, and you know, it's actually funny that I'm even talking about this because I'm always really shit shy. And so this experience was like, you ever just want to disintegrate? Like,
oh yeah, I can already.
I just want to like.
You didn't want to be on the bus no more.
I was like, Lord, just take me now. Take me. I don't want this anymore.
Man.
It's like it's bad.
The ring sting must have been unreal.
It was bad. It was
Oh,
bad.
my God.
It was bad. It was bad. And then I was like nauseous the whole way. I'm like, I can't throw up on top of it.
That's the last time you took those pills, right?
No, but last time
She's like, that's the last time I ate McDonald's.
it is the last time I ate McDonald's.
McDonald's.
We don't do McDonald's anymore.
Did you cry?
Nah.
Yeah.
You cried?
Yeah, I was embarrassed. I was really embarrassed. I'm embarrassed right now.
Oh, everybody poops.
Not like that.
At least once.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
I've definitely
Not outside a tour bus. I'll give her that. Not outside a tour bus with cameras with.
No one's ever hold their. Oh, girl does not. I'm a girl too. Yeah, it's different for
That
you
is
guys.
different. That is
I'm like literally like
there was
waddling because I'm so scared.
Man, there was
I'm
one-
so scared to breathe.
There was this.
I'm so terrified.
I went to a 24-hour fitness in Van Nuys, and it was so fucking gross. But like, I got like dehydrated, had to shit real bad. That's like how my body reacts to being dehydrated,
Yeah.
I guess. And so I go in
Lucky.
there, and this toilet is just fucking gnarly. And I was just like, I don't have a choice. So I'm like, literally gripped the fucking walls, and was just like,
You hovered.
yeah.
Ew.
It was
Look
so
at
gross.
The splatter though.
Look, that toilet was
Oh, it was
already
like a
splattered.
Pollock. It was like a Pollock.
Would he rather his than anyone else?
Well, no, but that's the thing. There's already splatter. I was just like, dog, it was the worst.
I gotta
Yeah.
give it up to girls that go to music festivals and they go in the porta potties.
Oh.
Because I can barely pee. I can't imagine
I gag. I can't do it. I have held my pee for so long. That's why I don't understand people that do drugs. I'm like, that's why I don't do it. I'm like, nope, because then I'll have to poop.
Yep, that's straight up, bro. That's like the worst. That's why you always.
He's on hated coke. He's like, I'll be right back.
Not me. Even like the drinking. I'm like, it's not that I'm sober, Sally. I'm like, no, there's just I don't like public bathrooms. I don't like I don't like it.
Straight up.
A good reason.
Hey, but Rachel, I want to thank you for coming on the show. Number one, let's give it up, bro. Like,
thank you.
That was a good time.
This is a good one. I gave you all my secrets. This is for the archives.
We're gonna have some clips. You're
This is from the archives.
you definitely enlightened us here with, you know, I mean.
I don't even want to see I'm not even gonna look at your comic section. It's gonna.
Oh, we're gonna send you the clips when they're all made and done. Yeah. So hopefully you tag on, you collab with us on it. Where can people follow you at, and if you want to check out your comedy?
Ooh, so you can go to R Sterling Comedy on Instagram, and I have a bunch of clips up there. Except I have someone working on my website for
Same guy.
stand-up comedy. It would be funny if it was the same guy, right? So then I'll post all that stuff up there, and I produce a lot of shows at the 3 clubs, so it's no rhyme or reason to the day. So you just gotta like check. But there you go. Yeah.
Sick.
Producing.
Hell yeah. Make sure. Thank you, Ray, for holding down the engineering and producing the show. Thank you. Make sure you guys check them out at Morning Shot Films and Morning Real Podcast. Rock will also be doing a closeout afterwards, so stay tuned for that. But shout outs, Rock.
Thank you for coming out today, Rachel. It was a lot of fun. Shout out B. Sad she wasn't here to see this.
I know.
Follow me on all my socials at ROCKSAMSONATX. Follow my group at The Beautiful Men's Club. Catch me every Thursday and Friday for the most part on the Dr. Green Thumb Mix Show. And yeah, if you come out to Rhymefest, come say hi.
Hit that like button, subscribe. And this Saturday, I will be in the Bellflower with Jack Jr. at the Bellflower stand-up. It's been a while since I went up on stage, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, remember, no COVID jokes.
Fuck you.
4 years. Yeah, dog.
So go buy tickets. If we don't smoke the same Patreon subscriber, I'll put you on my guest list. So let me know.
Oh, and the brand, like, I didn't die. Yay, thanks.
Hey, yeah, shout out to Humble. Oh my God,
thank you. Holy shit, yeah.
This
Straight
is
up.
not poor people shit. I'm alive.
There you go.
There it is.
Poor people shit.
Humble Terp Console is not.
Council. Humboldt
people
Terp
shit.
Council.
Yeah, Consul.
You
Council.
sound like me
Console.
right now, dog.
God damn. Nobody can speak proper English.
make
here.
Tomato.
Yeah.
Humboldt Terp Council. Yes. Thank you so much again
For sponsoring the
everybody
show.
I was involved with getting that done.
Yeah, no poor people.
Yeah, and
I'm alive. Look at me.
yeah.
Look at
So
you. Now do a dab.
No.
thank you once again, everybody for tuning in. Hit that thumbs up. Make sure you guys, get your tickets to Rhymefest if you haven't, because I will be having a pop-up shop there. So make sure you guys pull up. It's at the Coliseum. It will be going down. Great concert. I will have a lot of new merch, a lot of collectible stuff, and just a lot of high and hungry merch that I've been working on. So make sure you guys check that out and stop by the booth. Oh yeah, and also get the Pro Pens. I will have them on there so you guys can sample them and stuff. And you guys can get some. I mean, you're gonna be at the concert. You know, you're gonna eventually run out of blunts and all this stuff. And I'm gonna be right there.
Don't even risk taking your fucking vape pen.
Just come
Leave it
come
at
get
home,
one
'cause
from me.
Security's gonna get it. Go to E-Zone and get that shit, and you already be inside. It'll be brand new charged.
Brand new charge, ready to go. And also, too, make sure you guys check out this project that we did with Goomsum and the Inner Realms. It's called We Don't Flip Samples the Same, and
really
it's
good. I
available
liked it.
on all streaming platforms. It's a whole album that he's making with just samples of snippets from the show. So it's mostly our I guess stuff that we say and quotables and all this stuff. So you can hear the first single off the project right there. It's a beat project, so make sure you guys just show some love. There will be some vinyl presses being done, very limited. So check that out. Also, flavorsbyezone.com for all the new merch. Thank you once again for our sponsors, and we're working on. I don't know. We might do a High and Hungry this weekend at a Rhymefest, seeing who's there. With
Sick, yeah.
With that being said, we'll see you guys next week and Saturday vlog. There will be a Saturday vlog.
Beats by E-Zone right now. Beats by
Beats
Rock
by
right now.
me.
Don't leave,
E-Zone.
guys. Yeah, don't leave.
Peace out, yo.